Hello, Joe. What's up? I love the starting soon screen. Cool, thank you. How is your day going? Are you gonna watch the Super Bowl? Seems like everyone else is. Mm, I've never watched a Super Bowl in my life. I don't think I've ever watched a whole game of football in my life either. Alright, well, give it a couple minutes. Said I would start at 3. Actually, that was okay, yeah. 3 PST, but that's in an hour, so whatever. I'm ready now. It's okay, it'll give us more time to read more comics. It's going slow, trying to clean up your kitchen. You're not going to watch the superb owl? The superb owl. Going to grocery shop while everyone else watches? Okay. Oh yeah, I've got another camera here I can do this way. Hey. The lighting's kind of weird though. It makes me look extremely pale and bright. I'm the sun. You're gonna go grocery shop while everyone watches. Well, that's a good time to go grocery shopping, I guess. If everyone's at home. You're a ghost. I didn't realize it was a live shot. I thought it was a digital starting soon screen. No, yeah, no, that's See? It's just a couple pieces of paper I drew on. Yep. So today we're going to do some Star Wars. We got Star Wars number 3, and we got Star Wars number 4. We won't get quite through the movie, but we'll get pretty close. And then we're gonna redo Amazing Fantasy 15 because we didn't get through that last week. My internet died, and we have Marvel Spotlight number 6 to read, which is the second appearance of the Ghost Rider. At least Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider. There were many other Ghost Riders before him, but they were different. They were westerns. And then maybe if we have time, I could do Amazing Spider-Man number 1. Just gonna give it like 3 more minutes before I start. Just give people time to show up if they want to. You love that Spider-Man. He's pretty. I mean, he's a little Spider-Man, I guess. I don't know. I drew him pretty quick. It was kind of silly. But yep, should be fun. I imagine not too many people are going to be here because of the Super Bowl. That's fine. Yeah. People want to do that. That's fine. All right. He's classic. Yeah, I based him off of the Amazing Spider-Man number 1 Spider-Man. I was just kind of copying that picture a little bit. I mean, it was just a quick, cheap little thing, but whatever. It works. You can recognize him. That's all that really matters. Hot damn, is this the Star Wars comic that came out based on an unfinished script? It sure is, Cool Guy Munt. It sure is. How are you doing? Sorry, let me adjust the camera here a little bit. That should be good. Okay. How you doing, cool guy Mont? You're doing well. What time is it over there? Yeah, we had oh gosh, where did I put you? Right here. Last week we read these ones, number 1 and 2. And number 2 had a very interesting appearance of Jabba the Hutt, before anybody knew what a hut was. Oh, it's pretty much midnight? Oh, okay. Saw a video on this a few years back. You know, it gets real crazy down the line. Yep, Jazz Jackrabbit sidekick dude. Yep, exactly. Exactly. It's pretty wild. I'm gonna find here for you. Where is he? Right. Oh, he's kind of near the end, isn't he? There he is. There he is. That's Jabba. Right there. And there. That's Jabba the Hutt. Right there. You know, a lot of the covers have finished on them for some reason. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like this one. Swing that lightsaber, Ben, or we're finished. Jabba be looking good. Yeah, yeah. That's... Look, he's got a nice, like, suit on. Or whatever that is. Uniform looking thing. Kind of military-like. Well, he's looking pretty good. He's not a giant slug monster yet. But this was from the deleted scene that didn't make it into the movie. And then they finally added it in the special edition, but they like made Jabba like big CG weird thing. It was bizarre. Slim and trim, ready for a night on the town. Exactly. Yeah. All right. All right. It's past 3 now, so let's get this started. I think we're good. These down here. All right, here we go. Let's move my little starting cards. All right, so figured we'd start out with Star Wars. Star Wars. I think that works there. There we go. That should be okay on the camera. All right, yeah. Star Wars number 3. So this is continuing the comicization, I guess, of the film. The first 6 issues are all just based on the unfinished script before it was released, and then after that it goes into wild wackiness of just whatever the hell Marvel wanted to do, and it's great. But let's get started. Here we go. Actually, let's do that, and then we can open it up so you can see the whole page. We have an ad for prizes or cash. The sky's the limit. And Stan Lee presents Star Wars, the greatest space fantasy of all. And let's do a zoom in here. Here we go. Roy Thomas, scripter editor, Howard Chaykin, and Steve Leialoha, artist and illustrators. So Howard Chaykin is the artist, the penciler or penner or whatever, and then Steve Leialoha was the inker, I think. And yeah, I think Howard Chaykin was the pen, Steve Leialoha was the pencil and the pen, and then Leialoha did the coloring for this one. And I don't know who Ors is, but he did the letters, or she, or whoever that is. Based on the film by George Lucas, a 20th Century Fox release. Death Star! The story so far. A freedom-loving rebel alliance dares defy the far-flung corrupt Galactic Empire because the location of their own secret base is unknown to its ruthless foemen. But now, the Death Star, powerful, roaming battle station of the Empire, is poised, ready to destroy the planet of Alderaan, home of the captive Princess Senator Leia, unless she betrays that location. No! Alderaan is a peaceful world, Governor Tarkin. We have no weapons. You can't. You would prefer we select another target, Princess Leia? A military target? Then name the system. For the last time, where is the rebel base? Oop. Admiral Motti awaits your order to decimate Alderaan, sir. Shall he? Oh, that's Darth Vader. Okay. Dantooine. They're on Dantooine. There, you see, Darth Vader. Our guests can be reasonable. Proceed with the operation. You may fire when ready. What? But you said... Dantooine is far too remote to be an effective demonstration of the station's power. We shall deal with your rebel friends soon enough. And you call yourselves human. You are far too trusting. One instant, the laser weapons of the massive, aptly named Death Star are focused on the small green planet of Alderaan. The next instant, for all practical purposes, it has ceased to exist. Soon, Princess, the hopeless rebellion with which you and your late father championed shall vanish in a similar fashion. Here's Obi-Wan. At that self-same moment, deep in hyperspace... I like his expression. Ben Kenobi, are you alright? What's wrong? You look faint. I felt a sudden great ebbing in the Force, Luke. The Force? You mean that thing you talked about? The energy that's given out by all living beings? Yes. It was like the cry of a billion beings stopping all at once. It was the feeling of death. Well, you can all stop worrying about those Imperial starships that were pursuing us. I told you we'd lose them. Don't everybody thank me at once. Anyway, I calculate our arrival on Alderaan at 0200. Has the game coming, 3PO? Oh, R2 is beating your man Chewbacca handedly, Master Solo. R2 units excel at games of mathematical skill, you know. He's just made a move that... Gronk, gronk, gronk. Here's some ads for super prizes. We got get your high school diploma, free $1 million cash, a funny money. We buy and sell comics. Yep. All right. Most of these ads are gonna be kind of the same as the previous issues that we've read. Now, R2. Now, R2 made a fair move, and screaming about it can't help you. Let him have it. It's not wise to upset a Wookiee like Chewbacca. But, sir, no one worries about upsetting a droid. That's because a droid doesn't rip people's arms out of their sockets when they lose. Wookiees have been known to do that. I see your point, sir. I suggest a new strategy, R2. Let the Wookiee win. Meanwhile, young Luke Skywalker is otherwise occupied. You'd best continue your exercises, lad. Yes, Ben Kenobi. Ready, lightsaber? Lightsaber ready. Then here comes the remote. Watch out for its sensors, lad. They'll... Yow! I suggest you try again, Luke. This time wearing this helmet. But now I can't even see. How can I fight? Your eyes can deceive you. Don't trust them. Remember, a true Jedi Knight, such as your father and I, can feel the... Okay. Oh, such as you and I... Oh, okay. Got it, sorry. Remember, a true Jedi Knight, such as your father and I were, can feel the Force flowing through him. That means it controls your actions? Yes, but it also obeys your commands. Swish! Stretch out with your feelings, Luke, in the dark. For... Whoa! Let Joe Weider build you a better body for just $7.98. Pacific Comics, the collector's best friend. Is Pacific Comics still around? 500,000 comics in stock. Dang. Back in 1977, too. They had some good stuff. Ooh. You see? You can do it. I did feel something, Ben. I could almost see the remote. Hocus pocus, religions, and ancient weapons are no substitute for a good blaster at your side, kid. Ignore him, Luke. He doesn't believe in the Force. Maybe not, old man, but I do believe we're slowing down to sublight speed. Next stop, Alderaan. What the? Come out of hyperspace into a meteor storm or some kind of asteroid collision. Our position's correct, only there's no Alderaan. 798, what a steal, right? What are you talking about, Solo? Where is it? That's what I'm talking about, youngster. It's not there. Alderaan's been blown away, totally. Wait, there goes one of the Imperial TIE fighters. But where'd it come from? There are no Imperial bases near here. Maybe it followed us through hyperspace. No, Luke. It's a short-range fighter. But if it identifies us, tells others we're here, it would be best to let it go. It's too far out of range. Not if I can help it. Chewie, jam its transmission. Not for long. No, I think I read that out of order. Sorry. This is kind of a cool panel here. I like this layout. He's heading for that small moon, but we're gaining on him. That's no moon, Mr. Solo. It's a space station. You're crazy. It's way too big to be a... Holy... I got a bad feeling about this. You're right there. You're right there, 3PO. Full reverse, reverse, Chewie. Treat. Lock in the auxiliary power. Why are we still moving towards it? We're caught in a tractor beam. It's dragging us in. You mean there's nothing we can... I'm full power. It's no use. I'm gonna have to shut down. But would you look at it, kid? Dun dun dun. Shooting a daisy. The sport a boy grows up with. Shooting a daisy. And over here we've got... What is this? The Mighty Marvel Fun Book? Superhero Cookbook? Is that how to cook superheroes? Strength and Fitness Book? Hulk no dumbbell. Hulk work out with dumbbell. Jeez. Some silly ads there. Alright, hey, there's the Death Star. What the hell? There's like crumbs in here. Someone eating a cookie when they had this? Jeez. Weird. Okay. But you look at the size of that thing. Well, they're still not going to suck Han Solo up like so much space dust. Not without a fight. If it is a fight, you cannot win, Mr. Solo. There are many alternatives to fighting. At that precise moment, inside the huge station, the scout ships to Dantooine have found the remains of a rebel base, Governor and Lord Vader, but they estimate it has been deserted for some time. She lied! She lied to us! I told you she would never consciously betray the rebellion unless she thought that she could destroy this station in the process. Terminate her immediately, and lose your only link to the rebel base. She can still be of value to us. I'll find that hidden fortress if I have to destroy every star system in this sector. No doubt, Governor Tarkin. But in the meantime, I've received a report that we have captured the same Corellian freighter which blasted its way out of the quarantine on Mos Eisley. They must have been trying to return the stolen data tapes to the Princess. See last issue, Roy. We might be of some help there. Soon, in a sprawling hang bay of the Great Death Star. No one aboard, Lord Vader. Ship's log says the crew abandoned ship right after takeoff. No droids on board either. Keep checking. I sense something Keep checking. I sense something. A presence such as I haven't felt since... Halting in mid-sentence, Darth Vader turns quickly and exits. As inside the captive ship, whew, never thought I'd use these compartments for smuggling myself. This won't work, though. We'll never get past that tractor beam. You leave that to me. You're a damn fool. Who is more foolish, the fool or the man who follows him? Let's see. Even crack, Imperial troopers, those cruel, murderous guardians of a far-flung galactic empire, cannot thoroughly search a whole freighter without the proper scanning equipment. See, is it still? Okay, I think it's okay. But when a pair of the armored soldiers carry the huge sensory apparatus onto the captured Corellian ship, they have an unexpected welcoming party. Shh, here they come! Moments later, his visiscreen showing no guards on duty, a gantry officer gets worried. TX-421, why aren't you at your post? TX-421, do you copy? Just then, one trooper reappears. The meaning of his hand signal is clear. Take over here. Obviously, we've got another bad transmitter. I'm going down to see what I can... Yeah! Flop. Garoo! Even as the towering Chewbacca flattens the startled officer with a single blow, another Imperial trooper appears at the doorway to blast the one within before he can reach his own weapon. Between his howling and you blasting everything in sight, Solo, it's a wonder the entire station doesn't know we're here. Let him come. I don't like all this sneaking around. 3PO, plug in the R2 unit. He should be able to read the entire Imperial control network. Plugged in, sir. The tractor beam is coupled to the main reactor in 7 locations. Whoop, beep, whoop, beep. Most of the data is restricted, sir. But he'll try to get what there is to come through on the monitor. With the tractor beam, we can zoom out of here. We're with you, Ben. No, Luke. I don't think there is any way you boys can help in this. I must go alone. I like this drawing of Sir Alec Guinness there. It's pretty cool. What is this? Mighty Marvel Slurpees? Oh my gosh. I would love a Mighty Marvel Slurpee. That sounds great. That just sounds great. Dang. Whatever you say, I've already done more than I bargained for on this trip. But I think putting that tractor beam out of commission is going to take more than magic, your old man. Ben, I want to go with you. Your destiny lies along a different path. Deliver the droids to the rebel forces. Trust your feelings, Luke. The Force is with you. Yeah, we need some Slurpees. Way better than a cheesy monkey. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah, we need some proper Slurpees. That would be nice. He's gone. Hey, what's with R2? I'm not sure, sir. He keeps repeating, she's here. Pa-wheat, pa-wheat, pa-wheat. He must mean the princess. After all, she's the one that who put that holographic message into him before. We've got to find her. Issue number 1, Roy Thomas. Hold it. Princess? What princess? The Princess Leia, sir. We must go rescue her. I'm not going anywhere. Pa-wheat, pa-wheat. But I've seen her, Solo. She's beautiful. So's life. She's rich. So's... Huh? Rich? Yes, and if we rescue her, the reward will be more wealth than you can imagine. I don't know. I can imagine quite a bit. You'll get it. What do you think, Chewie? Alright, kid, but you'd better be right about this. What's your plan? Pa-wheat? Whoa. Impossible? Not for the super bodybuilding system. Be better than the best. Be dynamic. Most men never realize their potential for muscularity. Why? Probably because they've never come across or taken advantage of a training program quite like the one we offer here at Universal Bodybuilding. Our course has the ultimate master plan for total body development. Alright. We have ads here for a vibrating shocker. We got crazy action billiard balls. Flying helicopter goes up to 100 feet. You control 7-foot life-size ghost. That's wild. Man, always like just weird. It's Kung Fu. Kung Fu secrets. Unbeatable self-defense. Magnet that lifts 50 pounds. Wow. Alright. Now, Chewbacca, I'm going to put these electric handcuffs on you and... Han is going to put them on you. Don't worry, Chewie. I think I know what he has in mind. It's our only chance, Solo, and you know it. 3PO and R2, you stay here to keep checking that monitor for more information. Pardon me, Luke. Sir, what should R2 and I do if we're discovered? Hope they don't have blasters. That isn't very reassuring, sir. Moments later, Luke and Solo try to look inconspicuous in their captured armor as they wait for the vacuum elevator to arrive. Vacuum elevator, interesting, okay. Few passers-by give the giant Wookiee a curious glance. They're used to helpless prisoners, even powerful ones. We're entering the security area, kid. This isn't going to work. Why didn't you say so before? I think I did. Where are you going with this thing? Prisoner transfer from block TX-138? I wasn't notified. Wait there. I'll have to clear it. I'll punch in and make certain that block TX-138 is unoccupied. Only 3 other troopers in this area, kid. I guess this is where we make our move. Check. Look out, it's loose! Arrgh! It'll rip us apart! Next moment, Luke and Han are blasting away. Their reaction, excellent. Their enthusiasm, undeniable. Their aim, execrable. Not a single shot comes close to the raging Wookiee. Instead, they blast automatic camera, energy rate controls, zip, zick, zerk, zick, zick, zerk, and somewhere along the line, 2 of the troopers. Frap. Well, the mighty meat snack conquers the horrible hungries. You've tangled with the hungries before. They sneak up behind you at the library and make your stomach growl until your face turns red. They strike when you're halfway home from school, at least 10 minutes from the nearest sandwich. If you want to be ready next time the hungries come around, try taking along your pocket-sized secret weapon, Slim Jim, the mighty meat snack you can carry anywhere and eat anytime. In 6 hungries conquering flavors, mild spicy pizza, bacon, salami, and pepperoni. So pick up Slim Jim the next time you stop by the grocery store. If you don't and the hungries get you, don't say we didn't warn you. A little less than a meal, a little more than a snack. I want pizza flavored Slim Jims. That sounds pretty good. Our best movie projector shows both color and black and white film. Wow. Over here we got make anyone do anything you mentally command with your mind alone. Amazing. Comic books for sale. We got Be Taller. Learn facts on height increase. Huge muscles fast. 25 live seahorses for $2.98. Oh boy. Alright. Within seconds, a star system's worth of valuable electronics equipment is rendered useless. Zrak. Zik. At this point, the remaining trooper, trained more for action than rational analysis, suddenly realizes the 2 newcomers are dangerous. Poor seahorses. Yeah, seahorses are pretty expensive now, from what I understand. That's like a hell of a deal. 25 of them for less than $3. How many of them will like arrive live though is the thing. It's yeah. He opens fire. Zip. But it's too late. As Han Solo quickly demonstrates. Kzik. Zzz. Solo, the officer in charge. He's gonna push the alarm system. Gnark. Then stop him, kid. Stop him. Zrap. Whoop. There you go. Up there. Way to go, kid. You'll make a space pirate yet. Zrap. Now let's find out which cell this princess of yours is. Here it is. Cell 2187. I'll hold them here, kid. You get moving. Security center, come in. Security center. Everything under control. Slight weapon malfunction. What happened? We're all fine, thank you. How about you? We're sending a squad up. Negative. Reactor leak. Give us a few minutes to... Who is this? What is your operating? Blam! It was a boring conversation anyway. We'll get set, Chewie. We're gonna have company. Marvel bullpen bulletins. Ooh. Stanley's soapbox. Oh man. There's Conan the Barbarian special collector's edition issue. Hostess brings you 2 delicious all-star snacks. Hostess cupcakes and Twinkies. Oh wow, we're almost done with this issue already. Okay, we're making good time. Already, young Luke has reached the middle of the long corridor beyond and come to the cell designated 2187. His commandeered laser pistol makes reasonably fast work of it, but he stops, tongue-tied, when the smoke clears. You're even more beautiful than I? Aren't you a little short for a stormtrooper? What? Oh, the uniform. I've come to rescue you. I'm Luke Skywalker. You're who? I've come to rescue you. Ben Kenobi is with me, and we've got your droids. Ben Kenobi? Where is he? Obi-Wan! Meanwhile, in the outer security chamber, a series of ear-shattering explosions tear a gaping hole in the metal wall, a hole through which Imperial troopers now begin to emerge. Back, Chewie! We've got to retreat! Herk! You found her, eh? Well, we can't go back that way. No, we certainly can't. It looks like you managed to cut off our only escape route. Huh? Begging your forgiveness, your highness, but maybe you'd prefer it back in your cell. I'd love to oblige you, but right now, here comes trouble. Alright, Chewie, start blasting. If we die here, let's take a bunch of them with us. 3PO, 3PO, we've been cut off. Are there any other ways out? 3PO, where are you? But Luke Skywalker's only answer is the blast of the troopers' lasers coming closer, closer. Next issue, Ben Kenobi versus Darth Vader to the death. Start blasting, Chewie. Hey, Cube Dude, how's it going, Cube Dude? Glad you're here. How you doing? We just finished issue number 3, but we'll be going into issue number 4 here in a second. The death, exactly. How much did these Star Wars comics cost? Well, that's hard to answer because I put this collection together back in I started collecting them about 2013, and I was buying lots on eBay, like big lots. It'd be like 20 comics in a lot, or 30 or 40 comics or something, and I would just buy a whole bunch of lots, and if I had any duplicates, I would price them for the antique mall. And I would kind of put together a complete set that way. So I definitely paid a lot less than what they are currently worth, but you know, I didn't buy them like There's only a couple of them here and there that I bought individually because I was like trying to finish the set, and there's only a few that I was missing by that point. Does this take place between 4 and 5? It will. It will after we get through the first 6 issues. Once we get to issue number 7, then it'll take place after the film, and we will it'll just go on crazy nonsense until we reach Empire Strikes Back, which was again adapted into comic format, but we'll get to that at some point. But next up we have Star Wars number 4. This is the greatest space fantasy film of all. At last, the battle with Darth Vader to the death. Here I stand, though I may die. No, Luke. How are you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing well. We're gonna get into the next issue here in just a second. Yeah, I'm pretty glad I finished the set of this. All right, here we are. Stan Lee presents Star Wars: The Greatest Space Fantasy of All. Roy Thomas, scripter editor, Howard Chaykin and Steve Leialoha, illustrators in tandem, Tom Orzechowski, letterer, and Archie Goodwin, the consulting editor. Based on the film by George Lucas, a 20th Century Fox release. In battle with Darth Vader. Zick, zrap, zick, zick, grunk. Never mind the complaints, Chewie, just keep firing. Solo, they're getting closer. Tell me something I don't know, kid. Now I know why they call this place the Death Star. We're in kind of a hurry this issue, so pay attention. Han Solo's ship, the Millennium Falcon, has been snatched up by the Death Star, the all but invulnerable space battle station of the Galactic Empire. Luke Skywalker has managed to free the captive captive Princess Leia, but now Darth Vader's stormtroopers have cornered Luke, Leia, and Solo, as well as Solo's right-hand man, Chewbacca the Wookiee. Meanwhile, Ben Kenobi is seeking a way to deactivate the tractor beam, which holds their spaceship helpless. Of our original cast, that leaves only the robots, C-3PO and R2-D2, unaccounted for. And this came out 1977. What's the month on this? This one says October 77 on this one. Alright, let's go. Let's go. So, we'll take care of that little oversight right now, or else it may be too late. Bedeep, bedeep, bedeep. I've already told them that, R2. They know that all systems here have been alerted to their presence, and, oh no, blam, blam! They're breaking down the door. We're doomed for sure this time. Meanwhile, back in the cell corridor. There's no way out, Han! Give me that gun. Huh? This is some rescue. When you came in, didn't you have a plan for getting back out? Zrak. He's the brains, sweetheart. Hey, stop wasting ammo shooting holes in the wall. Just what do you think you're doing? I've decided to save... It's up to me to save our skins. Get into that chute, flyboy. Grrrg. No, Chewie, don't rip her apart. And I don't care what you smell. We don't have time to worry about that. No! Holy, it was a garbage chute. This was a wonderful idea you had, Princess. Unfortunately, these trash compactors are vacuum sealed. Well, maybe my laser pistol can blast open that hatchway so we can... Pakak! tang, ping, zick, stop! The laser bolts are ricocheting. Put that thing away before you get us all killed. Yes, your warship, but it won't take long before the stormtroopers figure out where we went and... Gronk! Ooh. What's that sound? I'm not sure, but something just moved past me under all this gunk. Luke! Something pulled him under. Blub. Gulp. Gulp. Blast it! Blast it! Blast it! I can't even see it. Just a bunch of tentacles. It is kind of weird that there's like a monster living in the trash compactor. I don't know how that works, but... Hey, Samato, how you doing? You can get your high school diploma and ring. John Buscema wants new students. New York class in comic book art. Also, new course in comic book writing, Stan Lee guest lecturer. That seems like a pretty sweet class. John Buscema is an awesome, awesome artist. And Stan Lee is lecturing? Holy moly. For details, send name and address to John Buscema, P.O. Box 349, East Setauket, New York. Oh, wow. Super prizes! Join the Youth Opportunity Sales Club. You doing good? That's good to hear. I'm doing pretty well. Hope you're all enjoying the comic. Gronk. Now he's been pulled back into the muck. No, wait, he's coming back up. It's let him go. You okay, kid? What happened to it? I don't know. It just disappeared. What's that sound? The walls! They're coming closer! I've got a very bad feeling about this. Don't just stand there. Try to brace it with something. Crunk! No, I don't think it's going to work either, Chewie. But we've got to try. Patak! They're snapping like twigs. Looks like we've had it. And in our stolen stormtrooper outfits yet. Our only hope are the droids. R2's plugged into the Death Star's monitoring system. Maybe he can... 3PO! Come in, 3PO! But even as Luke's muted voice is heard, coming over the robot's hand comlink in the command office, come in, 3PO! The Imperial Stormtroopers succeed in breaking through the door. What? Nobody here? Help! Help! Let us out! Eh? That supply cabinet? Blast! It's just a pair of droids. Who locked you in here? They're mad men, sir. They're heading for the prison level. They just left. If you hurry, you might catch them. Good. All this excitement has overrun the circuits on my R2-D2 counterpart here. If you don't mind, I'd like to take him down to maintenance. Breep, breep. Permission granted. All right, men. Let's get those rebels. But down below, the relentless walls closing in on Luke Skywalker and company may need no help. One thing's for sure, we're all going to be much thinner. What's happened to 3PO? Why isn't he sending us escape instructions? Hey, Beam Boy, how you doing? Wish I could stick around for this, but I'm hosting a superb... You are the second person to say superb owl. I've never heard that before. Superb owl party. You have a good stream. Go birds. You love this. All right. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you have a good superb owl party. Let Joe Weider build you a better body for just $7.98. This giant kit features my famous Power X Muscle Builder that can help you add inches of solid muscle to your arms, deepen your chest, broaden your shoulders, slim your waistline, powerize your legs, and give you that muscular, handsome body you've always craved. All within the privacy of your own home. Such a good deal. It is. It is, yeah. Remember how many times you felt left out because you were broke? Places the gang was going and you weren't included. They all had money for movies, games, hamburgers, and soft drinks. All of them except for you. Well, you'll never be left out again. Now you can make $2, $5, $10, or more week after week. Introduce Grit. Grit will help start your own business. Yeah. I will most certainly be around for more reading streams. I am reading the Hitchhiker's Guide books. Oh, really? You're doing that on streams too? Oh, sweet. That's awesome. You want to support more of this content? Awesome. Cool. Well, I'll have to check those out sometime. But yeah. We do this every Sunday, 2 p.m. Pacific time on R&B Pikachu's channel. And usually I will start at about 4 p.m. Pacific time, but R&B Pikachu is gone this week because he's doing Super Bowl stuff, so I was taking over his time slot. Try to blast the door again. It's our only hope. Then we're sunk, Princess, 'cause it's no go. Meanwhile, in the main forward bay of the Death Star, that's it, R2. Plug yourself into that wall socket so I can talk with our master again and breep breep. Oh no, is that what's happening to them? That's terrible. 3PO, for heaven's sake, where are you? Are you there, sir? We've had some problems. 3PO, shut up and shut down all the garbage mashers on the detention level. Do you copy? Oh, most certainly, sir. Shut them all down, R2. I only hope we're in time. R2, 3PO, we're all right. Do you read me? You did fine. Now to scrape the muck off this hatch number and see just which. 3PO, have R2 open the pressure maintenance hatch on unit 366117891. Yes, Master. So glad you're all right, sir. That'll be awesome. Definitely around for that. Have a good one, Metroid. You have a good time with your party, Bean Boy. Hope you have a fun party. And thanks for stopping by. I appreciate that. While nearby, Ben Kenobi hides amid the equipment that powers the Great Tractor Beam, which in turn holds Han Solo's ship in thrall. Hey, it's Crowberry. Pip pip cheerio. Ben Kenobi, once he was Obi-Wan of the famed Jedi Knights. Now he, like the others, is a fugitive on board this sprawling battle station. And even as he makes certain adjustments in a computer terminal and several lights change from red to blue, the net draws tighter. Secure this entry area until the alert is cancelled. As for the foursome of Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, Han Solo, and a Wookiee named Chewbacca, they stumble forth from the garbage hatch into an unused, dusty hallway. Doesn't that thing ever give up? the trash compactor monster's still coming for him, jeez. Wait, somebody might hear. I don't know who you are or where you came from, but from now on, you'll do as I tell you. And you tell that big, hairy, walking carpet of yours to get out of my way. Listen, your holiness, let's get something straight. I take orders from one person, me. And it's a wonder you're still alive. No reward is worth this. Hold on, let me bring this down here. There we go, that works better. Poor Chewie, I know. Whoa, what's this? We got treasures. Inject your brain with a dose of culture, comic book style, with these Marvel treasures. No true believer. These treasures aren't really all blue. It's just another surprise from our Marvel bag of artistic tricks. Here's our two newest treasuries, Spidey and Conan. I gotta get a copy of the Spider-Man Treasury editions. Those would be really fun. I've got one of the Conan ones. Treasuries, each only $2.50. Friends of Old Marvel, each only $1.50. Includes post and hand autographed Superman versus Spider-Man, are $6 each. Except for Foom number 2, which is $3.50. And don't miss out on this terrific trio of t-shirts. Spider-Man, Captain America, the Hulk, in full color, of course, and made to last a lifetime or longer. Each shirt comes complete with over 50 iron-on letters so you can write your own t-shirt. Oh, you can make your own text in the box. So you have like the Hulk and you write out whatever you want to say in the box. That's kind of clever. That's pretty cool. Alright. Meanwhile, back in the tractor beam power generator trench. Any sign of them yet? None. Maybe down here. Next moment, he slips into a main passageway. Is this... There we go. Okay. As elsewhere, C-3PO, do you copy? I read you, sir. Are you safe? For the moment, we're in the main hangar across from the ship. We're right above you, then. Stand by. You know, kid, getting back the Falcon's gonna be like flying through 5 fire rings of Fornax. The 5 fire rings of Fornax. I don't know the 5 fire rings of Fornax, but that's cool. You came in that thing down there? Yes. You're braver than I thought. If you'd prefer to stay here, Princess, I'm sure it can be... Uh-oh, the boys in white are back. Stop, or we'll fire. Get to the ship, fast. What are you going to... What does it look like? They're not used to someone who puts up a fight. They're turning tail, and I'm going after them. The rest of you get to the ship. Maybe I was too hard on him. He certainly has some courage. I don't know what good it'll do us if he gets himself killed. Yahoo! Keep running, you armored clowns. Oh no, they've run into a dead end. But now they've got no choice but to turn and fight. This wasn't exactly the smartest thing I ever... Ronk! Chewie! Good old Chewie! You're just in time, big fella, to turn around and start running like crazy. Honk! Meanwhile, chased by still other Imperial troopers, Luke and Leia rush down a narrow sub-hallway. Look, Princess, we're reaching the end, and there's an open hatchway. When we get through, it should be home free. Unless we made a wrong turn. Oh! The deep shaft just beyond the narrow bridge seems to go down, down, almost to infinity. I've shut the shielded door, but I won't hold them long. We've got to get across this thing to the other side. And it looks like this cable is our only chance. Alright, Princess. Grab hold of me and I'll... What? Just for luck. We're going to need it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look at that panel. Wow. You're telling me? Even as they swing across, Luke knows that even a slight miscalculation in arc and they will miss the opposite open hatch, slamming into the metal around it. Wait, some like poor printing on this page. Yet the luck, or the force, is with them, and we made it just in time too. The troops are through the door back there. Sorry. For Zach. Let's get moving, Princess. We've got to find the others. Ben Kenobi seems nearly a part of the passageway itself, as a large cluster of troopers hurries past him. Then pausing to make certain they have all passed, he starts down it himself, failing to see the dark silhouette which eclipses the light far behind him. Star Words! Oh hey, these are some of the first letters to the editor, I think. Which we will come back to this after we finish the story. I don't want to interrupt it too much. But we'll come back and read the letters. As for Solo and Chewbacca, ahead of them, as they've run, a series of shielded doors has begun to close in front of them. Panting with exertion, Man and Wookiee managed to make sure that they finished closing behind them. That ought to hold them for a while. Now let's go find the Millennium Falcon. At that precise moment, Ben has already found Han Solo's antique but sturdy starship. With eager tread, he hurries toward it, sure he has freed it from the powerful tractor beam that held it. And then, you! I have been waiting, Obi-Wan Kenobi. The circle is now completed. When I left you, I was but a learner, but now I am the master. You still have much to learn. Fzzp. His lightsaber activated, Ben Kenobi moves with elegant ease into a classical, offensive position. Get this just... there we go. For a moment, the two galactic warriors stand perfectly still, sizing each other up. Then, your powers are weak, old man. You should never have come back. You only know half the Force, Vader. You perceive its full power as little as a spoon perceives the taste of food. Yet even as they fight, Ben seems to be under increasing pressure and strain, as if an invisible weight were being placed upon him. He makes a sudden lunge at his foe. Zarp! But it's checked by a lightning movement of the towering armored giant. Then, his sword locked with Vader's, Ben begins backing into the massive starship hangar. Their lightsabers locked in midair, the two powerful warriors stand motionless, like titans out of some lost time. The mighty meat snack conquers the horrible Hungaries. Okay, we already read that one last issue. We don't need to read it again. Most of these ads are the same as well. And even as the former Jedi and the Lord of the Sith join together in this grim tableau, it's good we're all together again, but there are so many stormtroopers milling about the entry ramp of Mr. Solo's starship. Luke, Princess, what kept you? We ran into some old friends. Is the Millennium Falcon all right? It'll get us out of here okay, if we can get near it, but... oh, wait. Look! Then before the startled eyes of the humans, droids, and Wookiee, Ben and Vader emerge from the hallways on the far side of the docking bay, still locked in their deadly lightsaber duel. Prepare to meet the Force, Obi-Wan. This is a fight you cannot win, Darth, for I have grown much since our parting. If my blade finds its mark, you will cease to exist. But if you cut me down, I will only become more powerful. As he speaks, Ben Kenobi sees troopers charging toward him and realizes he is trapped. Still, his tone is defiant. Heed my words. Not this time. I am the master now. Holy crap, look at this panel. Darth Vader! Zrak! Holy crap, look at Obi-Wan in that panel. That, oh my gosh, I gotta pull this up a little bit closer. Holy crap. Oh man, that's wild. That is wild. The Sith Lord brings his sword down seemingly, cutting his elder foe in half. Ben Kenobi's cloak falls to the floor in two parts. But Ben is not in it. And Vader, puzzled at the old man's disappearance, pokes at the empty cloak. Neither he nor the distracted troopers have seen five forms racing toward the captured starship. Holy crap. Till Luke Skywalker realizes that he may have just seen Ben Kenobi's death. Ben! He was a brave old geezer, I'll say that for him. Come on. So his sacrifice won't have been in vain. Hurry, Luke. No! Luke, that won't... You killed him, you dirty frap! Here's a ad for Marvel Premiere Weird World. We got more Stan Lee soapbox here. Like vengeful white robots, the men within, submerged in the cause of galactic power, the stormtroopers surge forward. And though Luke Skywalker fires with a sure aim he would scarcely have thought possible a few days before, there are more of them than he can hope to slay. It's too late, Luke! Come aboard! We've got to go before they... No! Then suddenly a familiar yet different voice rings into his ears. Luke! It is Ben Kenobi's voice. Stunned, like whirls toward the sources of the voice. Luke whirls toward the sources of the voice. Source of the voice, sorry. But sees only Princess Leia. Come on! Did he imagine the old man's eerily altered voice, or... There's no way to know for the moment. Frack! So he turns and races up the ramp into the Millennium Falcon. I can't believe he's gone. Boop. Then, even as he slumps into a seat, Han Solo pulls back on the controls and the ship begins to move. Hope that old man managed to knock out the tractor beam, or this is going to be a very short ride. The dull thud of laser bolts can be heard bouncing off the ship's hull as the giant Chewbacca adjusts for takeoff. Heard by all that is, save Luke Skywalker. He can't be gone. He just can't be. There wasn't anything you could have done, Luke. Hold on tight, kiddies, 'cause here we go. The next moment, the pirate starship powers away from the massive Death Star. Next issue, escape to the moons of Yavin. Dun dun dun. Alright, so let's go back to the Star Words page. I'm pretty sure the last issue didn't have a Star Wars page. I'm going to check real quick just to make sure. But I think this was the first Star Wars that they had. Right? Yeah, I don't think I saw one in here. There was... Nope, nothing there. Okay. So I'm pretty sure this is the first time that they printed the letters to the editor in Star Wars. Alright. Marvel Comics Group. Special note. 'Twas no surprise to Roy and Howie that Star Wars #1 generated a light year's worth of wildly enthusiastic mail here at 575 Madison Avenue, nor that, just as these words are penned, the Hollywood trade papers, Daily Variety and the Hollywood Reporter, have given George Lucas's spectacular film some of the most unreserved praise we've seen in a long, long time. What did surprise us was that somebody finally talked to Ye editor Roy Thomas into changing the title of a letters page after he dreamed on up. Namely, Mark Ernst of Canterbury, New Hampshire, sent the suggestion of Star Words. So there it is, up there at the top of the page. Now for a truly random sampling from our mountain of missives. If Star Wars the movie is half as interesting as Star Wars the comic, I'll have to go see it despite the price. 3PO and R2 stole the show, and I'm looking forward to seeing them on the screen. Ann Nichols, Sierra Vista, Arizona. Incredible, fantastic, absolutely magnificent. That's just what Star Wars is. When I first got the comic, I was doubtful about it being called the greatest space fantasy film of all, the movie that is, because after seeing Logan's Run, and then reading the comic, I didn't think anything could even hope to match it. Well, gladly I was wrong. I never really liked Howard Chaykin's art before, but after seeing it this issue, I don't think anybody else could do Star Wars justice. That was Vincent McCallion, New York, New York. But we weren't comparing Star Wars with either Logan's Run or 2001, Vince. The former doesn't take place in outer space, and so it isn't a space fantasy, for sure. And quite frankly, the term doesn't seem to us to fit Stanley Kubrick's movie classic either. If anything, we were comparing Star Wars, both as comic and as film, to other admittedly fine space fantasies as Flash Gordon, Buck Rogers, and, we've got to admit it, Star Trek. Roy coined the term as one not directly associated with the movie itself, and we assure you he meant it sincerely. After seeing a rough-cut, unfinished version at George Lucas's home a few months back, agree or disagree with him, but he meant what he said. So this is Star Wars. I get a feeling of surrealism when I even think about it. Long live Star Wars. Mark Morphy, no address given. I was very impressed with the first issue of the new Star Wars comic. I found all the characters not only believable, but emotionally moving. I either loved them or hated them, though I must admit, my two favorites were the two deceivingly human robots, R2 and 3PO. Luke Skywalker seems to be a young man on a quest to discover what kind of person he is. I can only hope the movie will be as good, if not better, than the adaptation. As it stands now, it really looks promising. Frank Antonides, Freehold, New Jersey. This is one of those letters, of which many will doubtless flood, insisting that you carry Star Wars forward in Marvel Comics beyond the movie. Tom Trent, Lafayette, Indiana. We hope to, Tom. It all depends on reader response and the sales of the first couple of issues, which were on sale before the movie actually debuted. Roy has a zillion ideas for the book's future, many of them based on earlier, unused Star Wars movies, scripts by the film creator-director George Lucas himself. After reading the Star Wars paperback, I was quite happy to see that you guys were adapting it into a comic book. For adaptations, Marvel and Roy can't be beat. But you left out some important things. The desolate, lonely place just isn't brought out in the art or the dialogue. No description of the Sand People either. If I hadn't read the book, I'd be asking, who are these guys? What's the difference between them and the Jawas? And even Luke Skywalker seems different in the comic from the character in George Lucas's book. Abraham Rodriguez, Jr., Bronx, New York. You hit upon one of Roy and Howie's greatest problems, Abe. Even spreading the adaptation over 100 pages, issues 1 through 6, there was much that had to be left out. Only thing is, we think you'll find when you see the movie that the comic book is closer to the spirit of the film itself than to that of the paperback, from which Roy took only a few phrases. He and Howie based the comic almost entirely on the film script, and many of the things you missed from the book aren't in the movie either, including the precise differences between Sand People and Jawas, etc. Movies and comics, unlike straight prose, are visual media. Know how much dialogue they may contain, and they will always tell you less than a book, though making up for the loss, hopefully, by showing in pictures what books can only suggest. All three media have their own uses, their own problems, their own special virtues, and we encourage one and all to compare movie, paperback, and comic book after they've perused all three. Branded with the serenity of silent space, crowned with governmental conflicts and polished with glistening robots, the first issue of Star Wars zapped me with the feeling that even more entertainment will come. Michael Beagle, Upper Saddle River, New Jersey. Congratulations on Star Wars issue number 1. Followed the book almost word for word. Putting Chaykin on the art was another good move. I didn't care much for his art in Monarch Starstalker and Mark of Cain, but Star Wars was great. One question, you refer to the two robots as C-3PO and R2-D2. Why? As far as I remember, the novel only referred to them as R2-D2 and C-3PO. You just made up the numbers and letters for the comic, right? Ken Sam, Hellertown, Pennsylvania. Nope, both forms are used in George's screenplay, depending on the situation. It seemed useful to Roy to make certain that everyone understood the derivation of those names, as well as the word droid, so he worked them in. Alright, well there's Star Wars for issue number 4. And that is Star Wars, issue number 4. Hold on, let me drop my bag on the floor. There we go. Alright. Sweet. Hey, wow, we actually got through 2 issues in about an hour? That's like double the speed that I'm used to. Okay, that's good. Awesome. Awesome. Alright, what do you say we switch on over to a little bit of Ghost Rider, huh? I've got Marvel Spotlight, number 6. Ghost Rider! Is he alive or dead? Only one shall survive. Death, cry the angels from hell. Alright, let's do it. Let's do it. Alright, cover art by Mike Plug here. And this book is from 1972, October. These 3 big drafting kits given to you. Alright, let's zoom it in here. Stan Lee presents The Ghost Rider by Gary Friedrich, writer, Mike Plug, artist, Frank Monte, inker, John Costanza, letterer, and Roy Thomas, editor. Night. Engulfing New York's Greenwich Village like an ebony cloak of doom. Night. Calling forth the dregs of humanity to walk the dark streets in search of helpless prey. Night. Its eerie silence suddenly shattered by the deafening roar of engines which can only herald the coming from angels from hell. Looks like a dead one, baby Jack. Yeah, man, not a skull to crush in sight. Cool it. When Curly promises you action, you get it with a capital A. I may be wrong, but I got a feeling something big's coming our way. I don't know, Curly. We ain't used no skin for over a week now. It's starting to look like maybe we made a mistake naming you head honcho. Looks like you made the mistake, man, because things are starting to look up for Satan's servants. Alright, let's see what kind of stuff he's made of. He's got to have guts, man, riding around this late without any colors. You hear them coming, then turn to see them roaring down on you. But you are not alarmed, for surely not even these subhuman cycle brutes can hope to cope with the Ghost Rider. Hey, dig the crazy glowing helmet. What's he doing, trying to win a beauty contest? Looks like he hasn't heard there's only one fancy mask on this turf, me. Should I stand my ground, confront them? No. I better that than I run. Better that I run. There you go. It's no use. Their bikes are as fast as mine. Open up. We got 'em now. And so you do the only thing you can. You wheel and face them and wait, hoping the horror, which is your head, will scatter them in a panic. Knowing all the while that if fear fails, the cycling skills of Johnny Blaze are still yours to command. They're still coming. Must think my skull is some kind of mask. That means I have to attack and hope I can catch them off guard. So attack you do, crashing through the center of their ranks so quickly, so skillfully, that they have no chance to defend themselves. Hey, the crazy goon's heading straight at us. We're wiping out. We ain't gonna let him get away with that. Come on, Satan's servants. Let's waste him. He must be out of his mind. Look, he's getting off his chopper, coming back to face us. And I guarantee you, it'll be the last stupid thing he ever does. The insult that made a man out of Mac. Hey, quit kicking that sand in our face. That man is the worst nuisance on the beach. Listen here, I'd smash your face, only you're so skinny you might dry up and blow away. The big bully, I'll get even someday. Oh, don't let it bother you, little boy. Darn it, I'm sick and tired of being a scarecrow. Charles Atlas says he can give me a real body, all right. I'll gamble, a stamp, and get his free book. Boy, it didn't take Atlas long to do this for me. What muscles that bully won't shove me around again. What? You here again? Here's something I owe you. Smack. Oh, Mac, you're a real man after all. Hero of the beach. Gosh, what a build. He's already famous for it. Let me prove I can make you a new man. Are you fed up with seeing the Huskies walk off with the best of everything? Sick and tired of being soft, frail, skinny, or flabby? Only half alive? I know just how you feel, because I myself was once a puny 97-pound runt, and I was so ashamed of my scrawny frame that I dreaded being seen in a swimsuit. Okay. Alright, let's go back to Ghost Rider. Stand ye back, foolish mortals, lest I summon forth the powers of hell itself to repel your puny attack. Hey, he just set the ground on fire just by moving his arms. I don't know how he did it, but I ain't sticking around to find out. Man, that dude's from Weird City. I'm splitting. I'm one up on you, 'cause I've already split. Looks like I can't count on my boys when the heat's on. Hope you'll pardon the pun. And how is it that you do not fear the powers of Satan? Are you so brave or so foolish? A little bit of both, probably, or maybe your game just turns me on. Name's Curly. Curly Samuels. I run the gang, and we could use a far-out jock like you. That is, if you'll cut the mumbo-jumbo and clue me in. You're reluctant, afraid of the offer of friendship from any normal man, yet you cannot help but listen and be attracted to him. It's up to you, man. You want to ride with us? We want you. You follow the club rules. We give you loyalty to the death, not to mention a pad to crash in. How about it? Your offer tempts me, for I sorely need a place to hide and think. Then our crash pad is the place for you. Saddle up and let's cut out. Very well, but if you promise there will be no questions. Whatever turns you on, but you want to play the silent ghost bit, it's your business. You are apprehensive as you enter the condemned tenement, and yet there is a strange feeling of camaraderie between yourself and these outcasts from society. Man, what's he doing here? I ain't sharing my pad with no ghost. Cool it. He's gonna join up with us, and that's an order. Any man believes in spooks, I don't want riding with us. Dig? No way, man. If he ain't no ghost, let me rip into him a little bit. See if he bleeds. I bleed, mortal, in the pit of my stomach when I realize I can never be one of you again. You saved the Lugosi act, friend. Now all of you go back to your blackjack while I get this dude squared away. He bunks with me, and we'll initiate him in the morning. Why do you risk so much for me? You could lose your leadership, perhaps even your life. I told you to lay off the phony ghost voice. Save your acting for Hollywood. I've shot straight with you so far, and now I want you to do the same with me. What's with the nutty mask, and how'd you pull that fire stunt? Let's hear it, or I'm gonna stop being so friendly with ya. Who is he, this strange rebel who seemingly has befriended you, and what is it about his eyes? Those cold green orbs which hypnotically attract you, make it impossible for you to tear your gaze from them. Your brain is on fire, your thoughts whirling out of control. You don't want to tell him, mustn't tell him, and yet you cannot help yourself. Come on, let's have it. Ain't got all night. Yes, I will tell you, but it is difficult and oh so painful. Even with you, I cannot keep from disguising my voice, and yet I must tell you everything. It began when I was a small lad growing up with a traveling cycle show. Then my father was killed, and from that day I was raised by Crash Simpson, the great daredevil. I was happy with the Simpsons. They raised me as their own son until that fateful day when my bike caught on fire in the show tent, and I carelessly smashed into a tree after riding the flaming vehicle safely outside. I was able to crawl away from the flaming wreckage, but in her anxiety for my safety, Mrs. Simpson, the woman who'd been a mother to me, rushed to my aid, only to be caught in a horrid explosion and suffer injuries which would claim her life. And on her deathbed she swore me to an oath which curses me to this very day. Promise me, Johnny, promise me you will never ride in the show. Please, please. I promise, Mother. They're kind of retelling what we read last week here. But no Stan Lee soapbox this month, Pilgrim. Alright. To grow to manhood branded a coward is a fate I would not wish on the lowest form of life, yet I endured it, even when questioned by the woman I loved. Tell him it isn't true, Johnny. Tell him about the promise you made to Mother. Don't try to cover for me, Roxanne. I don't know what you're talking about. Yes, she had learned of the promise, yet she could not understand why I wouldn't accept the challenges hurled at me by her father, especially after we learned he was dying. So, I've got about a month at most. But at least you have Johnny to take over for you. You know better than that, Rocky. I wish I could, but there's no way. Still, in that hour of grief, I knew there was something I could do, and I didn't hesitate, not even for a moment. I used to study these books on Satanism as a boy. Now, if only I can make the spell work. I read for hours, then when I was as prepared as possible on such short notice, I began. I've lit the sacred candle, painted the symbol on my chest. Now I paint the symbol on the floor, kneel in the middle of it. Go around the symbol with the sacred candle, and all that remains is the incantation which I'll now recite. So I spoke the forbidden words, and in a moment the master appeared. Within seconds, my request was granted, on the condition I would repay the master when he wished. Then he was gone. He had agreed that Crash Simpson would not die of the disease which ate his flesh, and this put my heavy heart at rest. Until the very next night, the man who had been a father to me tried for a new world jump record. In one sickening instant, I knew the master had betrayed me, as Crash Simpson's attempt failed in a horrid mangling of fire, flesh, and metal. And as I cradled his broken, lifeless body in my arms, I knew that Crash Simpson's life was only the down payment on the contract I'd signed with my own blood. Later that same night, the master appeared to claim my soul, but I defied him, hurling forth epithets which would have singed the ears of gods. But my mere words were no match for his demonic powers until the pure innocence of Roxanne entered the fray. No sooner did she appear than the master fled, since the presence of one pure in heart is to the devil as a cross is to a vampire. Thus I was saved, or at least partially saved, for the arrival of my beloved had come too late to spare me half the master's curse. And I am thus doomed to suffer the dark hours in this ungodly form until I totally defeat the master or become his total slave. There, my story is told, and I am certain you think me quite mad. Yet how else do you explain my appearance? I don't have to. I believe you, and have from the beginning. Now, look into my eyes more deeply than you have thus far, and let me help you, as only I can. And here we have another free muscle course that can add 3 inches to your arms, fast, and make you into an athletic, virile He-Man. There's so many ads like this in these old comic books. Fine, fine. You are now under my power, and that is as it should be. Now continue to gaze deeper and deeper until your eyes no longer remain open. Then you will be mine. It is done, master. He is under your spell. through the gestures of myself, your humble servant. But now it is up to you to claim the reward I have captured for you. Hear me, O divine master of darkness and evil. If you are pleased, appear and let me know of your pleasure. No, what a forgetful fool I am. The master appears only when summoned properly. First I strip myself to the waist, then I bring out the death's head candle. Then with the sacred candle burning, I emblazon my chest with a satanic symbol. And within mere seconds, the master of all evil shall appear. Holy moly. Finally, the symbol is painted on the floor, and my human sacrifice lies in the center of it. Now I recite the sacred incantation. Through time eternal, through endless space, I beg thee, journey to this place. And the master appears. You have done well, my servant, and I am pleased. Now I will summon forth your true being. Ah, Johnny Blaze, if only you could see the transformation taking place before your closed eyes. If only you could know that with a tiny gesture, the form of Curly has become the presence of your dead, beloved, Crash Simpson. You have kept your bargain, master. You've returned me to life. In exchange for the soul of this creature you say is Johnny Blaze. Now do what you will with him, and let me go in peace. Holy crap, that's a twist I didn't see coming. Start a great new life of service and adventure in conservation country. We'll train you in your spare time for an exciting outdoor career. These patches represent outdoor careers for which the National School trains you, not the official patches of any state, federal, or private conservation service. Yeah, it could be worse jobs than that, I guess. No! You have delivered only a shape, a human form. Only when his soul is mine will you be free. So wait and watch, and hope success will be ours. Johnny Blaze, your soul belongs to me. I kept my bargain with you, as you now will keep yours to me. Do not fight it, for to do so can only result in your destruction. Roxanne, help me. It is no use. The spirit of she who is pure in heart is still too strong. So long as her love is his, I cannot possess his soul. Therefore, it's up to you to remove this barrier. But she is my daughter. You speak to me of mortal ties when life eternal is within your grasp. I will not hear it. I now return you to your former state, and you will remain in it until his soul is mine. And I warn you, fail me again, and your reward shall be hellfire eternal. Oh boy. It's over, for now, and with the rising of the sun, he's changing back to his human form. So I will take my leave to return at a more opportune time or place, and when next we meet, the Master will be victorious. The morning light is bright, but you find comfort in it, knowing it makes you a man again. Can't remember much other than coming here with Curly, but I'm myself again, and I have to get out of here if I can. For once, luck is with you. The Psycho Gangsters are sleeping, and your departure goes unnoticed. Don't see Curly anywhere. I'd like to talk to him again, but no time for that now. Have to get back to the hotel and get ready for this afternoon's show. So you make your way back to Midtown, trying to psych yourself to face the dull gray day. But your mind is elsewhere, on the penetrating green eyes of the past night's most, and the terrible nightmares you had, if indeed that is what they were. But those thoughts are abruptly shattered when the door to your room is flung open by Rocky. Where have you been? been out of my mind with worry, and I I don't know, and yet I do. I want to tell you, but don't hold back, Johnny. I love you. And there's no secret so horrible you can't share with me. You're right. I must share it with you. I have no choice. But first, I have to tell you this. It's him, isn't it, Johnny? The master. He's still after you. And that means I'm the only one who can protect you. But I will protect you. So you're safe, aren't you? No, it isn't that simple, but how can I tell you? It's so horrible, even I find it hard to believe. Trust me, Johnny. Don't fight the truth. Tell me everything. No punches pulled. I can take it. She's right. But I can't do it. She must never know what happens to me at night. It really isn't anything I can put my finger on, honey. It's just this creepy feeling I have, and... Alright, hold out on me. Don't let me in on it. I'm only all that stands between you and total servitude to the master, and I'm the woman who loves you. I'll see you later, maybe. She has gone, left you alone to face the nightmare which is your life. But it's your fault. You turned her away, refused to share your secret with her. And as you fall into a fitful sleep, one question hammers relentlessly at your tortured brain. Why? Why did you ever summon the master? Why can't you tell Roxanne the terrible truth? And why do you continue to fight what appears to be your inevitable fate when you know that in the satanical ring the devil is undefeated? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I increased the points a few weeks ago. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Dang. Yeah, I was starting to get a lot of redeems, and I'm falling behind pretty far. So I raised the price, yeah, a couple weeks ago. Sorry about that. It's okay, I'll keep grinding. Alright. I'm sorry. Your head throbs as you return to reality from a sleep without rest. At first you think only of the weariness which tears at your body. Then, terror takes hold as you see the moon. I must have slept all day, and now it's night again. And at any moment now, it will happen again. Head starting to spin, brow racked with fever. No way to stop it. Once more I'm becoming the Ghost Rider. Yes, the transformation is complete now. The flesh on my face transparent, and the eerie flame-like glow surrounding my head. That's some Jekyll and Hyde scene you do there, pal. Wish I could pull it off. But then I'm not here to learn Hollywood makeup techniques. I'm here to clue you in on something my gang is up to. And why should I care? I've decided that there is no place in my life for comrades, so be gone with you. Even if something nasty is about to happen to your girl, what's her name, Rocky? You see, some of the boys have decided to raid the cycle show at the garden and snatch the great girl cyclist. You don't wait to hear more. Brushing your strange informant aside, you rush to the shed behind your hotel which houses your chopper. And with no thought whatever of your own well-being, you prepare to rush to Roxanne's side, even if death should stand in your way. Rest assured someday I'll get you on a Batman run-through. Hey. You will. Hey, Panicky Auto, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. How's your day going? You ignore the startled and not so startled look of the men in the street as you rush to your beloved's side, hoping against hope, all the while that the stifling New York traffic will not render your arrival too late. Hold it, you cycle bum! Geez, look at that dude. No more after-work drinks for me. Dumb cycle jocks think they own the the streets. 20 years I've been selling good humor on this corner, and still nothing ever happens. Well, a few blocks away in Madison Square Garden. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Roxanne Simpson, Queen of the Daredevils. Hey, you clowns can't come in here, there's a show going on. If there ain't Clyde, there sure as blazes is gonna be. There she is, and she's mine. Only if you grab her first, animal. What's the meaning of this? How'd you get in here? Where's the security force? Starting now, sweetie, we're your personal security force, but you can call us Satan's servants. Going well? Driving now? Just wanted to pop in. Oh, okay. Well, drive safe. Don't chat and drive. I appreciate you stopping in, but I hope you have a good drive to wherever you're going. Double Dynamite from Magnificent Marvel. 2 great hits on sale now. Journey into Mystery and Doc Savage, the Man of Bronze. Death, 80 stories high. All new, the first superhero of... What's it say? The first... Oh, sorry. Oh, okay. The first superhero of something. Can't read this. Oh, the first superhero of them all. Now in comic book form. Oh, okay. Alright. Marvel's on the move again. Too skinny? New scientific discovery helps you put on weight. Enjoy an exciting romantic look. Impressive anytime. Have your poems set to music. The comic book price guide. Hey, it's Overstreet. Overstreet price guide. That's cool. Free $1 million cash. Shop by mail. $1,000 look for $27. Be taller. If you could grow 2 to 6 inches taller in 1 month, would you spend 25 cents to discover how? Fantastic new method of growing taller. Quick, safe, and permanent. No exercisers, appliances, drugs, or elevators. Play guitar in 7 days or your money back. Alright, let's continue. You dudes can guard her all you want. Soon old Animal gets finished with her. You stick with me, honey, and I might even take a bath. Oh, help! I'll stop that scum. Halt or shoot! No, you can't risk hitting Miss Simpson. We'll seal off all the exits, then call for the city police to... The lights! Someone's turned out the lights! What is happening? I can't see. What's happening? What is this? Is it part of the show or is it real? You're a cycle champ and I'm a cycle champ, so we ought to get along just fine. So hold tight till I find my way out of here. Then we can have us some fun. Release the girl, vermin, or face the wrath of him men call the Ghost Rider. The crowd gasps at the sight of flaming calcium, which by day is your head, and the cold finger of fear darts up your spine as you realize, at last, you are about to confront mankind. You didn't scare me last night, freak face, and you sure don't scare me now. Johnny, my lord, is it you? So now she knows, but that doesn't matter, not while her life is in danger. So you open the throttle and zoom toward the center of the vast arena. But before you can reach your target, he wheels his cycle and heads for the loop-the-loop, a prop difficult to maneuver with a single rider, much less with 2. The foe's skill as a rider is nearly the equal of your own, however, and you breathe a sigh of relief as he comes out safely while you fly upside down at 90 miles an hour. There's little time for relief, however, since as you complete the deadly loop, the kidnapper heads straight for an even more deadly prop, one which you, as a professional, fear more than any other. That didn't stop him. The double rollover is a cinch. And the fool must be mad, you think, as he negotiates a ramp and heads for the roll apparatus, Roxanne barely hanging on. But mad or not, you know the threat to your beloved is very real, as the foe and Roxanne roar onto the ramp, the Harley engine screaming at full power beneath them. Pulse pounding, you dare not breathe as your machine mounts the curved ramp which will hurl you through space, upside down, and drop you back safely on a similar ramp 30 feet away. Your thoughts are not of yourself, though. They are of the two people ahead of you who already hang in that momentary void between life and death. Miraculously, the crisis is past. They have touched down safely, and you have greatly narrowed the gap. Now it is time for you to act, and in spite of the risk involved, you gesture with your hand and throw a barrier of fire between the kidnapper and his escape route. When you train with LaSalle as a technical draftsman, this valuable draftsman's equipment is given to you. Drafting is the open door to a key job in industry. Okay. Then, blinded by the glare, the foe smashes into a retaining wall, which, as you knew in advance, is covered with a heavily padded cushion, left there from the previous day's baseball game. Roxanne, have you been harmed? I was afraid, even with the padding, that perhaps you might be. No, I'm fine, Johnny. Just a little shaken. But you have to get out of here. The crowd is roaring. They think you were part of the act. Then I had best play out my role, take my bows with you, lest they dare suspect the awful truth. You're right, of course, and the guards are rounding up those outlaws. Listen to them. They really believe it was staged. They certainly do, but you'd best get to the dressing room before they demand you unmask. And so, though the thunderous applause is a heady tonic, you take your leave. Then minutes later, how did you know, Roxanne? How could you possibly? I saw you that way before, the night I saved you from Satan, remember? When you rode in tonight, it all came back to me. I knew it had to be you. So there's nothing else to worry about. As long as I'm at your side, nothing can harm you, and wrong. I can offer you only danger, and eventually death. That is why I must leave you forever. Hours later, when the girl's tears have dried, and you are far away. He'll come back. I'm sure he will. He needs me, and who are you? I guess you could say I'm an old friend, although you probably don't recognize me. Hey, thanks for the follow, Shell Shock. I appreciate it. No, of course you don't. How could you, after what's happened? But that doesn't matter. Not anymore. Look at me, Roxanne. Stare deep into my eyes, and trust me, above all, you must have faith in me. Oh, hey, thank you for the follow, 6Iron99. I appreciate that, too. You guys are awesome. Hope you're enjoying it. But I don't know who you are, yet I can't help but obey you. I'm getting so sleepy. What is it? What are you doing to me? You are under my power, and now you will sleep. Sleep, sleep. I have succeeded again, master. The girl is yours, as will be the man called Johnny Blaze. I take her now to prepare her for sacrifice, and when I call you, respond quickly, for I yearn that our bargain be completed, no matter what the cost, even the life of my daughter. Next, the Unholy Alliance. Dig these! 4 new snap-tight drag construction models you build without glue, without paint, and without help. Extreme Shovel, cab pivots, shovel scoops, arms move, tears through the traps in record time. Boss Bulldozer, blade raises, lowers, world's only competition bulldozer. Mountain Mover, Truck bed raises, lowers, toughest machine on 10 wheels. The Scream and Skip shovel. Shovel blade raises, lowers, plenty of power, tons of traction. It's easy to build these snap-tight drag models. The pieces snap tightly together without glue or paint. Start building your own fleet of the world's fastest, freakiest construction vehicles. Alright, so that was the second appearance of Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider, in Marvel Spotlight number 6. Get this back in the bag and we can move on to the next one. So is anyone watching the Super Bowl? Is it like happening right now? Wonder how that's going. I don't even know who the teams are or anything, but alright, so we got Ghost Rider over here. Let's put this one down. So we've got Spider-Man or Ghost Rider Marvel Spotlight number 7. I'm thinking we'll probably do one Ghost Rider a week, maybe, because I would like to get through more of the Spider-Man. So let's start Amazing Fantasy number 15 again, since we didn't get through it last week, unfortunately. But it's okay, it's a good story. Alright, here we are. So this is a facsimile, obviously, because I do not have a original copy. They're like $20,000, $30,000 for one. Pretty wild. But facsimile, it's really nice. It's everything is printed exactly as it was with all the old ads and everything. The only difference is it's not printed on newsprint. It's printed on like modern paper. So we're gonna start over because last week everything went to crap. My internet fell apart, and yeah. So I'm just gonna start from the beginning here. Hey Zeph, how's it going, Arachnid Guy? Yes. Hey Cheryl Mirror, here to lurk. Those sexy soft hands. Ooh. Hope you have a good lurk, Cheryl Mirror. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right. Though the world may mock Peter Parker, the timid teenager, it will soon marvel at the awesome might of Spider-Man. Introducing Spider-Man. Also in this issue, an important message to you from the editor about the new Amazing. How you doing, Zeph? Hope you're doing well. Alright, so let's bring it in here. Spider-Man by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko. Right there. Like costume heroes? Confidentially, we in the comic mag business refer to them as long underwear characters, and as you know, they're a dime a dozen, but we think you may find our Spider-Man just a bit different. Absorb water? Thanks, 6 Iron. You just made it to your friend's house to watch sports ball, which is so fun for you? Oh my gosh. That doesn't sound like you're having much fun. I'm gonna start Spider-Man now. If you have the time or whatever, I'll be here. Say, gang, we need one more for the dance. How about Peter Parker over there? Are you kidding? That bookworm wouldn't know a cha-cha from a waltz. You doing a bit tired? Fair enough. Peter Parker, he's Midtown High's only professional wallflower. Look at him, he looks so sad. He's so sad. Man. You'll have to catch the VOD? Okay. Alright, well, I appreciate you stopping in. Hope you enjoy your sports ball. As you may have gathered, Peter Parker was far from being the biggest man on campus, but his Uncle Ben thought he was a pretty special lad. You're not fooling me, Petey. I know you're awake, and it's time for school. Gosh, Uncle Ben, you're worse than a room full of alarm clocks. As for Pete's Aunt May, she thought the sun rose and set upon her nephew. I cooked your favorite breakfast, Petey, wheat cakes. Don't fatten him up too much, dear. I can hardly out-wrestle him now. The faculty at Midtown High were also fond of the clean-cut, hard-working honor student. Keep up the good work, Parker, and you're sure to rate a scholarship when you graduate. I'll do my best, sir. But alas, other teenagers can sometimes unwittingly be so very cruel to a shy young man. Sally, I was wondering if you're busy tonight? Peter, for the umpteenth time, you're just not my type. Not when dreamboats like Flash Thompson are around. I admire your good taste, doll. Get lost, bookworm. Why does he look 40? Oh, Peter Parker? I don't think he looks 40. Look, there's a great new exhibit at the Science Hall tonight. Would any of you like to go with me? Science Hall? Ha! You stick to science, son. We'll take the chicks. Yes, for some, being a teenager has many heartbreaking moments. See you around, bookworm. Give our regards to the Atom Smashers, Peter. He looks old, probably because of the clothes he's wearing. You know, it's kind of the way people dressed back in the 60s. Someday I'll show them. Someday they'll be sorry. Sorry they laughed at me. Science exhibit, experiments in radioactivity, open to the public. Forehead wrinkles. Could also be that, yeah. Maybe the forehead wrinkles. And a few minutes later, Peter Parker forgets the taunts of his classmates as he is transported to another world. The fascinating world of atomic science. And now for a demonstration of how we can control radioactive rays here in the laboratory. I feel like I ought to try to... Ooh. There we go. Zoom in just a little bit more, make it a little bit better. But as the experiment begins, no one notices a tiny spider descending from the ceiling on an almost invisible strand of web. A spider whom fate has given a starring, if brief, role to play in the drama we call life. Accidentally absorbing a fantastic amount of radioactivity, the dying insect, in sudden shock, bites the nearest living thing at the split second before life ebbs from its radioactive body. Ow! A spider? It bit me, but why is it burning so? Why is it glowing that way? My head feels strange. I need some air. Looks as though our experiment unnerved young Parker. Too bad, he must have a weak stomach. Even the nerds are making fun of Peter Parker. What's happening to me? I feel different, as though my entire body is charged with some sort of fantastic energy. Honk honk! Wrapped in his thoughts, Peter doesn't hear the auto which narrowly misses him until the last instant, and then unnoticed by the riders, he unthinkingly leaps to safety. But what a leap it is. That was one egghead who won't daydream anymore when he crosses a street. You can say that again. What's come over me? I'm scaling this wall just as easily as I can walk. Mommy, look at the man walking up the side of the building. That's the last horror movie I take you to, young man. It's incredible. I reached the roof in just a few seconds. What's this? I crushed this steel pipe as though it were paper. It's the spider. It has to be, somehow. In some miraculous way, his bite has transferred his own power to me. I can walk down this cable as effortlessly as the spider itself can glide along its web. I've got to have time to think. I've got to plan what to do with this unbelievable ability which fate has given me. A few minutes later. This will be a good chance to test my power again. $100 to the man who can stay in the ring 3 minutes with Crusher Hogan. Filled with excitement, Pete races back home, and I'll put on some old clothes and leave my glasses here, but what if I fail? I don't want to be a laughing stock. I'll find some way to disguise myself. A few minutes later. I'll try for that $100, Crusher. Well, if it ain't a little masked marvel, step up, sucker. Now just relax, Shorty. I'll try to make this as painless as possible. Whoop! It works! I have the speed, the agility, the very strength of a gigantic spider. Hey, put me down. You win. You're not human. Nobody can do that. Wanna bet? Greatest act I've ever seen. Sensational, fantastic, and that mask gimmick gives him just the right touch of mystery. He was terrific. The masked character may be just what we've been looking for. $100, even if you win, that wouldn't be enough to cover the hospital bill? Well, it's back in the 1960s. $100 was a lot of money back then. We could do a conversion here. Let's see. So $100, 1962, convert to today. So what was, okay, $100 back then was about $1,000 nowadays. Which, okay, like, still, I don't know. Most fight prizes don't cover medical. They're more for the crowd to gawk at. Makes sense. Alright. Listen, friend. I'm a TV producer. With that act of yours, I can make you a fortune. And keep the mask angle. It's great showmanship. Here's my card. Call me. You'd be a smash on Ed Sullivan's show. Thanks. Later at home again. Showmanship? He hasn't seen anything yet. Since I have the powers of a spider, I'll design myself a spider costume and... Oh, hi, Aunt May. You looked a little tired, Petey, so we brought you some crackers and milk. Crackers and milk? Bless 'em if they only knew. Now let's see a spider. Needs a web. This little device should just do the trick. I'll fasten one to each arm. It'll operate by the slightest pressure of any finger. I'll need a name. Well, guess Spider-Man is as good as any. Looks pretty good if I do say so myself. So they laughed at me for being a bookworm, eh? Well, only a science major could have created a device like this. With some strong liquid cement at the end, I can pull myself up anywhere with my little web, and my costume is thin enough to wear unseen under my street clothes. Okay, world, better hang on to your hat. Here comes the Spider-Man. It's crackers and cheese. Aunt May got it wrong. Not crackers and milk. Alright, part 2. Here we go. Now anybody with the intelligence of a 7-year-old knows that if a man appeared on TV who seemed to be more spider than human, he'd be an overnight sensation, especially when his feats were performed without the help of trick photography. Well, you can just imagine how the public reacted to Spider-Man. I'm seeing it with my own eyes, and I still don't believe it. Sure, they look amazed, incredible, awe-stricken. Wouldn't you? After all, when was the last time you saw a man with his own fantastic spider web? Okay, Spider-Man, cut. That's enough. Don't show him too much. Leave him begging for more. As his first TV spectacular ends, Peter Parker breathes the the first sweet scent of fame and success. I'm from Life. We'll pay any price for a picture spread. Sign with me and I'll put you in the movies. Wait, we want an interview. See my agent, boys. I'm busy. Whew, rid of him at last. Hey, what's going on? Stop, thief! Stop him! If he makes it to the elevator, he'll get away! Made it. I'm safe now. That cop can never get down to the lobby as fast as I can in this high-speed express elevator. Lucky that goon in a costume didn't stop me. What's with you, mister? All you had to do was trip him or hold him just for a minute. Sorry, pal. That's your job. I'm through being pushed around by anyone. From now on, I just look out for number one. That means me. I ought to run you in. Save your breath, buddy. I've got things to do. Does he normally have webs on his suit in the comics, or is it like the specific Peter Spider-Man that does? Webs on his suit? Oh, you mean like under his arms there? I don't know if that was kept in later on, but he had that for a while, at least in the beginning. They may have changed that at some point. I'm not sure. A few hours later. Peter, you know that microscope you've always wanted? Your uncle and I bought it for you this afternoon. Gosh, that's terrific. You're the greatest family any fella ever had. They're the only ones who've ever been kind to me. I'll see to it that they're always happy, but the rest of the world can go hang for all I care. Dun 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 dun. Who is the Spider-Man? In the days that follow, the Spider-Man becomes the sensation of the nation. Spider-Man slated for new TV series. Spider-Man wins Showbiz Award. Spider-Man plays to packed house. And one evening, as Peter Parker returns home from a personal appearance, a police car in front of her house. What could be wrong? Bad news, son. Your uncle's been shot. Murdered. Uncle Ben? Dead? No, it can't be. Who did it? Who shot him? It was a burglar. Your uncle surprised him. But don't worry, lad. We got him trapped. He's in the old Acme warehouse at the waterfront. We'll get him. Your aunt's next door. The neighbors are looking after her. Wait! I've got to go. I've got to get him. I know the old Acme warehouse. It's been deserted for years. A killer could hold off an army in that gloomy old place. But he won't hold off Spider-Man. The warehouse is at the other side of town, but I'll be there in no time. Meanwhile, he's in there somewhere, but he'll pick us off like flies if we charge him. All I gotta do is hold him off till the moon goes down, then I ought to be able to slip away in the dark. You'll never escape again, murderer. Huh? What the? Surprised to see me? Not half so surprised as you're going to be. Gotta get away. Gotta hide. I must be seeing things. There's no place on Earth where you can hide from me. First my web will relieve you of your gun, and then my fists will do the rest. That face, it's... Oh no, it can't be. It's the fugitive who ran past me. The one I didn't stop when I had the chance. I hate to do it, but we'll have to rush him now. Can't take a chance of him slipping by in the dark. Captain, look! It's him! On a spider's web! And a short distance away. My fault. All my fault. If only I'd stopped him when I could have, but I didn't. And now Uncle Ben is dead. And a lean, silent figure slowly fades into the gathering darkness, aware at last that in this world with great power, there must also come great responsibility. And so a legend is born, and a new name is added to the roster of those who make the world of fantasy the most exciting realm of all. Be sure to see the next issue of Amazing Fantasy for the further amazing exploits of America's most different new teenage idol, Spider-Man. That reminds me of the Spider-Man cartoon, Spidey wasn't allowed to punch anyone. He wasn't allowed to punch anyone? He couldn't even punch them? What the hell? I don't remember that, but jeez. That ad? Oh. Boys, men, by a secret new Dynaflex method, can build you a magnificent new He-Man muscled body in just 10 minutes a day with absolutely no weights, no barbells, no exercise at all. Not once was a punch thrown. Oh my gosh. Oh, the coupon at the bottom. I should cut it out and mail it in. Free, the secret of attracting girls. Fellows, mail the coupon now and receive Mike Marvel's free gift to you, this exciting and informative book. Discover a secret method for developing a new, almost magnetic way of attracting the girls. At parties, dances, at the beach, you will have the girls clustering around you breathlessly, while the guys watch enviously. What does he have that we don't? They will say. The answer is in this exciting new book, your gift from Mike Marvel. Fill out and mail the coupon now. Mail money saving, no risk, free trial coupon now. Check as many of the boxes you want here. Complete system, lose fat, be trim and solid. Be trim and solid. Build deep, brawny chest, bulging with vigorous strength. Lose fat, be trim, strong and handsome. Mold mighty back, broad, beefy shoulders. Build muscle on skinny wrists and arms. Develop crushing grip. Two-fisted punch power. That just sounds exhausting. Oh my gosh. Yeah, some of these old ads are silly. Are you weak, always tired, lack pep? Whether you're thin and scrawny or sagging with unsightly fat, my secret Dynaflex method will cram pep, vigor, and red-blooded vitality into your puny, exhausted body. Once Dynaflex makes you a two-fisted dynamo of manly beauty, ripping with power, glowing with magnetic sex appeal, you'll be bursting with get up and go. Man, you'll be really alive, tingling with zest and rip-roaring energy for the first time in years. God damn. Alright, what's this? Oh, hey, this is... I've never actually read this story. This is the second story in Amazing Fantasy 15. This was actually the last issue of Amazing Fantasy. It was called Amazing Adult Fantasy before. And then this was the only issue that was called, they changed the name to Amazing Fantasy. And then it ended. They just ended it, and they started Amazing Spider-Man up. You can get the same thing from an energy drink. The Bell Ringer by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko. This is the way this little tale was told to us, you may believe, or you may not. But of one thing we are certain. You will never forget it. Nestled in the blue Mediterranean lies a small volcanic isle inhabited only by a small community of stalwart fishermen. But there is one islander who is not a fisherman. He is old Pedros, the village bell ringer. I must not be late. It is time for my bells. Every morning for more years than one can count, old Pedros has walked to the ancient church and rung the mellow bells. Old Pedros has rung the bell for all of his adult life, every morning of every week of every month of every year, just as his father did before him, and his father's father, for as long as the church has endured. Bong, bong. The bells have guided fishermen, sounded alarms, told the days. They are as much a part of this little village as the very soil upon which men trod. I hear the bell! Through the fog, the shore is just ahead. And old Pedros, too, is part of the village, just as the village is part of him. Good day to you, madam, and to you, Pedros. But then one day, one fateful day, a change occurs, a terrifying change, as a thin cloud of smoke begins to trickle upward from the long-dead volcano. You can count beyond 1 billion, so this guy's been ringing the bell for billions of years? Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. The volcano! It is coming to life! Pray that it is just an illusion, for if the angry mountain should erupt, it means the end of our land, our homes. But it is no illusion. There is no other choice. We must all flee the island while we still can. With heavy hearts, the villagers gather their meager possessions. Be grateful, woman. At least we shall escape with our lives. This is indeed a sad day for us. We are fortunate that we had enough time to flee. We shall find new homes on the mainland. But in all the village there is one who will not leave. Pedros, you dare not remain. I must. Without me, who will bring the bells? It does not matter. Pedros, with the village deserted, none will hear the bells. I cannot leave. The bells must be rung. Someone may hear. Poor soul, he must be mad. And so the boats sail away, leaving the island to the mercy of the roaring volcano, the angry mountain whose fiery upheaval grows louder and louder. But though the lava flows closer and closer to the little church, old Pedros remains at his job, ringing his beloved bells. I must ring the bells. Someone will hear. For centuries, someone has always heard. And then, just as the lava is about to envelop the ancient tower, a blaze of light pours down upon Pedros, a golden shaft which seems to beckon the old bell ringer. Perhaps it was their imagination, but those who sailed away swear to this day that they saw an aged figure rising up on that shaft of light, rising up and up until he faded from sight. But we prefer to think that it was not their imagination. We believe instead that old Pedros was right. Someone heard. The end. That wasn't really much of a twist. That was... I don't know. Here we have an ad for a giant 10-foot inflatable boa constrictor. So lifelike you'll expect it to hiss. This green and black giant is a full 10 feet long, as thick around as your arm. When you hold it up, it wiggles like a real snake. Put it down and instantly, automatically, it coils itself up. You can even wrap it around your body. And that's not all. Take it with you when you go swimming. It will keep you afloat. For sunbathing, use it coiled up as a pillow. Makes a great decoration for your room. Does it say toe? Oh, two. Giant 10-foot long boa constrictor is made of heavy, leak-resistant rubber. Inflates in a jiffy. Deflates just as quickly for storage. And it costs only $2.90. Rush coupon today. Hello, K-Rod. How you doing? Welcome in. Save hundreds of dollars this new magic way. See how it works. Put in a coin, close the drawer, and like magic, it's gone. The amazing Chesto Bank. It's more than a bank. It's actually a magic trick that will have your family and friends and neighbors waiting in line to put in their money just to see how it works. But only you know the secret. And only you have the key to get the money and buy the things you've always wanted. Why not just get a real boa constrictor and wrap it around you? Back in the 60s, a real boa constrictor probably wouldn't have even been that much money. Alright, here we go. The next story here is Man in the Mummy Case. A mummy case might seem to be as good a replacement as any to hide in, but as our readers know, things are not always what they seem. Stan Lee and Steve Ditko. Whoa, hey R&B Pikachu! Hey, thank you so much for the bits. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. Thanks for carrying the load today. No problem, no problem. I hope Super Bowl is going well, or I don't even know if it's still going. If it is, I don't know. I hope you're having a good time. Hope you're having a real good time. And it's good to see you. Thanks for stopping by, and I really, really, really appreciate the bits. Thank you very, 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 very much. Currently reading Amazing Fantasy 15, which we read the Spider-Man story, and then we read the Bell Ringer story, and now we're on The Man in the Mummy Case, which I've never actually read these other two here. So, oh my gosh, we got a Nicholas Petrus raid! Holy moly! Hey, Nicholas, how's it going? Welcome in, everybody. How you doing, Nicholas? Dorian Z. Pino, what's up? How are you doing? Maybe that's not a no. Drink. Dorian Z. Drink. Got it. Okay. Hey, it's 16-Bit Shinobi as well. Good to see ya. Good to see ya. Whoa. That was a quick mugshot of Met Hat. Yep. Hello, everybody. How's it going? I'm bright like the sun right now because of my lighting. It works well for the comics, but not for my face. Just beat Mission 6 in Zerg. Oh, nice. Cool. You're making really good progress then. That's awesome. Hey, thank you for the follow, Dorian Z. Drink. Good to see ya. Welcome in, all you raiders. Were those badges behind you? Did you beat the gyms? Oh, back here? This? That's, BlizzCon. That was a backpack I got for going to BlizzCon, and they had patches. You put all the patches on the backpack and stuff. There's some StarCraft ones on there. Diablo and Warcraft and whatnot. Shine bright like a diamond. Yeah, exactly. Well, welcome in. Thank you very much for the raid, Nicholas Petrus. I really appreciate it. I don't know if I have any mods in here to give you a shout out, so I'll just do it myself. You guys should totally follow Nicholas Petrus. He's one of my favorite streamers. He plays, he's been playing StarCraft on Sundays, and other days of the week he's been playing through Pokemon Red version, which has been really fun to watch. No, you deserve it. You deserve it, Nicholas. So yeah, give Nicholas Petrus a follow. He's a really, really friendly guy. A lot of fun to watch. And I also want to throw out a quick little shout out here to R&B Pikachu, because I'm doing this. I probably wouldn't be doing this comic book thing if not for him. We both kind of started this idea together, and usually, most weeks, R&B Pikachu streams comic books on Sundays at 2 p.m. PST. And I tend to start at about 4 p.m. PST. I started a bit earlier today because Super Bowl happening, busy, happens, it's fine. But yeah, totally give R&B Pikachu a follow if you want more comic book stuff, because he also does it on Sundays. You don't know about Friendly? You think you're not friendly, Nicholas Petrus? Gotta go eat now. He's to pop back in. Okay, alright. Well, welcome in, everybody. I will get back to the comic book reading here. So, we are reading Amazing Fantasy 15. This is a facsimile. We read the Spider-Man story, and we read the... where is it? It's kind of a small story. We read the story about the Bell Ringer, and now we are on The Man in the Mummy Case. A mummy case might seem to be as good a place as any to hide in, but as our readers know, things are not always what they seem. So here we go. I've never actually read this story, so this is my first time on this one. A criminal spends half his life fleeing from justice, and Rocco Rank is no exception. Gotta get away. I gotta. Good thing I'm skinny. This window's open just wide enough. He ran on past, but he'll be back as soon as he sees the streets are empty. Gotta find a spot to hide. Holy cow, looks like I broke into the back of some blamed museum. I'll stand out like a sore thumb in here. No, you will be safe. Holy moly, it's a mummy. Who said the... Oh no, it ain't possible. Fear not, mortal, I shall hide you. Oh gosh. This page is stuck together or something? Weird. Ugh, okay. Jeez. I shall hide you where your pursuers will never find you. But you're a mummy. You can't talk, can't walk. You're. Those footsteps. The cops will be back soon. I got no choice. Come, mortal. Follow me. Here within this mummy case, you will find safety. Oh, no, you don't. I've seen movies about this kind of thing. You ain't making a mummy out of me. You will not become a mummy. I swear it. But what if you don't let me out? How will I breathe? Fear not. There is air within, and I shall open the case as soon as your pursuers have left. Alright. I'll do it. He might have run in here, Joe. Let's check. The place looks deserted. Wait a minute. A guy could hide in that mummy case. We better look inside. Can't take any chances. Nah, it's empty. Well, he must be in the neighborhood somewhere. Let's check outside again. Slam. I have kept my promise. I vowed your pursuers would not find you, and truly, you have eluded them. Also, I vowed to open the mummy case as soon as it was safe, and this I do now. Indeed, mortal, you will be safe from your pursuers forever. But somehow, Rocco Rank does not seem pleased at his narrow escape. Can it be because he realizes that there is no turning back? For he now realizes what his escape really means. He'll never really understand how it happened, but at last he knows where the creaky mummy case led to, and why the living mummy was so anxious to help a frightened stranger. The end. He's building the pyramids. I guess that kind of sucks. Alright. What's this? We got, in just 30 days, be a powerhouse of muscles. Famous hip pocket gym. Fear no one. Build a body of steel. Look, boys wanted to sell grit. You can make $1 to $5 every week in a few hours. Alright. I think there's one more story in here. Maybe? No, maybe not. I'm not sure. Actually, no, there is. Okay. Fan page. Important announcement from the editor. You will notice that the format of Amazing has been changed. There are a number of reasons for this, and we want to take you, our valued readers, into our confidence. We hate to throw in the towel, but we find that it is simply impossible to produce a magazine like Amazing each and every month containing 5 highly original and carefully plotted stories, without the quality eventually beginning to suffer. Rather than risk losing your confidence, we have decided to change Amazing in such a way that it will still present the finest in fantasy, but in a different way. Amazing hiring process there by the mummy? Yeah, exactly. He's working for the mummy while the mummy is still alive. Yeah, exactly. As you can see, we're introducing one of the most unusual new fantasy characters of all time, the Spider-Man, who will appear every month in Amazing. Perhaps, if your letters request it, we will make his stories even longer, or have 2 Spider-Man stories per issue. Also, we are discontinuing our contents page, as many of you have requested. We feel your point is well taken. You would prefer us to make one of the stories a page longer instead. Finally, we are omitting the word adult from our masthead. A number of our teenage readers have written to say that it makes them feel a bit awkward to buy a magazine which seems to be written exclusively for older readers. We never expected such a reaction, but we certainly don't want to embarrass any of our loyal readers. Because Amazing Fantasy used to be called Amazing Adult Fantasy, I think, which has a weird connotation now. I guess back in the day it didn't have quite the same connotation that it does nowadays, but still it was kind of weird. And there you have it, our new editorial policy, and the reason we have undertaken it. Naturally, we're most anxious to have your opinions, and we'll be waiting eagerly for your letters. Rest assured that, although it is impossible for us to answer your letters personally, we carefully read each and every one and are guided by your desires when we edit our magazine. Unfortunately, we have no room in this issue for many of your interesting letters, but we want to specially thank the following fans for their helpful suggestions and comments. Michael Snell, Milford, Massachusetts. Jeff Allen, S., Miami, Florida. Patrick Geary, APO 12, New York City. Or New York? Not New York City, but New York. C.W. Parsons, Detroit, Michigan. Michael Geller, Paterson, New Jersey. Daniel Cole, Alberta, Canada. Margaret Ingalls, Arlington, Virginia. Gregory Cristiano, Bronx, New York. Peter Panagiotis, Cranston, Rhode Island. Chris Usler, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Paul Walker, McConnellville, Ohio. Robert Zeck, Minneapolis. Michael Seeger, Bronx, New York. Demetrio Zupnik, Chisholm, Minnesota. Eugene Chan, San Francisco, California. G.B. Love, Miami, Florida. Tom Joyce, Brooklyn, New York. Mark Lamberti, Wichita, Kansas. Dullum and Walter, Portland, Oregon. Britt W. Barrett, Norfolk, Virginia, and the many, many other loyal fans whose names we shall try to print in future issues. And now, here is our amazing scoreboard, which will give you a chance to compare your favorite stories with those of our other favorite readers, or our other readers. Favorite story by more than 300 votes, Something Fantastic. The first time a three-pager has ever scored so heavily. Runner-up, The Living Statues. Others in order of votes cast Melvin and the Martian, The Plague, and I, the Gargoyle. More fantasy and surprises next issue. Don't miss it. And until then, send your letter to The Editor, Amazing Fantasy, 3rd floor, 655 Madison Avenue, New York, 21, New York. Whew. I wonder if some kid thought of this stuff was legit and actually cut out some coupon things. Oh, I'm sure. Otherwise, they wouldn't have kept printing it for, like, 20 years. Because a lot of these ads are, like, really long running, and they show up in the 60s, they show up in the 70s, like they kept going for a long time. Alright, so here's the final story of the issue, it looks like. There are Martians among us. The problem was how to find the Martians. It's a pretty cool big page here. Stan Lee and Steve Ditko. The alien spaceship was first sighted by the shocked pilot of a commercial airliner. Seconds after the pilot radioed the news, a search party was headed for the spot where the ship had been seen to land. The ship is empty. The crew must have fled. We don't know who they are, what they are. They could be anywhere. The ship is believed to have been from the planet Mars because its occupants have chosen to flee and hide. We must assume that they are hostile. All citizens in the area are urged to stay indoors and keep their homes locked until the Martians can be found. For long, tense days, the search goes on, with no trace of the unknown aliens. How can we find them when we don't even know what we're looking for? But we must keep searching. Sooner or later, we're bound to find someone unearthly. I like the dog. It's a cool dog. We know by the arrangement of the instrument panel that the Martians must be human-like in appearance, but there is bound to be some difference between them and natural Earthlings. We'll find them. We've got to. But although the search goes on, without halt. The weeks pass by slowly as the population lives in fear. They assume they were from Mars because they chose to flee and hide. I guess. And that they are hostile, yes. It's amazing. A month has gone by and still the search continues without success. They've been searching in vain for a full month? Jeez. Citizens are still urged to stay indoors. The danger from the Martians is believed to be just as great as ever. If only you didn't have to go out, dear. I'm so afraid. Nonsense, dear. I'll be all right. It's you I worry about. I hate leaving you alone. Be sure to keep the door locked and don't open it for anybody. I will, dear. Please be careful, please. If they didn't flee and hide, would they have assumed they were from Jupiter then? Maybe. Maybe. Remember, stay inside. I'll be home as soon as I can. Take care, my darling. At that very moment, the search in an ever-widening arc gets closer and closer to the city itself. While back at the home of our heroine... Oh dear, I'm all out of coffee. I'm sure it will be safe enough just to dash to the store for a moment. My husband will be in such a bad mood if there's no coffee for his dinner when he returns. There, that didn't take long. I'll be safely home in a moment, and he won't even know I had gone out. What? Those footsteps behind me. She's out of heroin. Yeah. Oh no, no! Let me go! Please! Gasp. She went out to get coffee. A short time later. Honey, I'm home, safe and sound, just like I... Honey, where are you? She's gone. The house is empty. It can only, gasp, mean one thing. She went out. She disobeyed me and went out. I warned her. Hello? I need help right away. It's my wife. I don't know what to do. She's ruined everything. The bloodhounds must have got her scent. Now the Earthlings will know she's a Martian, and that means they'll be coming after me next. What? What? The end? What is this story? Those women need to know their place. Oh my gosh. What was this story? Oh my goodness. Wait, what? Yeah. My reaction exactly. Oh. So, what? Okay. I guess they were the Martians the whole time. And she got caught somehow. Also, why does he have... Does he have 4 arms? Or is... No, there's no one behind him. He's got 4 arms. That's just how he is? I don't know. Did I miss something? This is what happens when they leave the kitchen. 1960s. Because he's an alien. Okay. Alright, well. Okay. Free US stamp if you act now. Know everything you need to start your valuable stamp collection. Must have been the writer's first date. That was a Stan Lee story. I don't know. They can't all be Spider-Man, I guess. Alright. Learn any dance fast in 1 hour. Giant foot charts. Oh, you're fine, Federico. That was kind of a lame story, I feel like. Also, I think it was still better than the boat, or not boat, the bell ringer story. This one kind of sucked. The bell ringer story was like nothing. There's nothing to it. The mummy one was okay, I guess, but I mean that all of their effort went into Spider-Man this week. It looks like, because Yeah, Spider-Man was really, like, Spider-Man was great, but the rest of this was, Spider-Man was actually created by one of Stan Lee's friends. I could believe it. Stan Lee decided to make him wisecracking. That's not a bad choice, I think. Look, live seahorses. Order one mated pair of dwarf seahorses. Living seahorses sent airmail from Florida for $3.50. Postage paid. We include food and instructions free. The seahorse often swims in an upright position and bucks like a stallion. It is not unusual for Mr. and Mrs. Seahorse to swim along with tails entwined. The father actually bears the young alive. At times, 3 or 4 babies take a ride on the father's head. Easy for you to keep in a goldfish bowl. Hardy, educational, fun for the entire family. We guarantee live delivery. An ideal gift for young or old. Special offer, order 2 mated pairs for $6.98 and get 1 pair free. Extra food included, also available. Send $1 for pair of beautiful artificial seahorse trees. Will decorate and beautify any fishbowl. Order today. The Florida Seahorse Company. I'm surprised there's no ads for monkeys in here, unless I spoke too soon. Is there? Throw your voice. Treasure chest of fun. What do they eat? I have no idea. Back in the 60s, they probably thought they ate peanuts or something. Here's a bag of peanuts to feed your sea fish. Or seahorses. There's more muscle ads. The world's greatest molder of handsome He-Men and champs out of weaklings says, you can now get free all these 5 famous picture pack strength test courses to make you a Superman. Skinny or fat, 15, 20, 30, or 40 years of age, I'll build you into a new muscled, athletic, mighty muscled, all-male He-Man in 10 thrilling minutes a day, as I have done to millions in 35 years. Is that a coupon for a grenade? Oh, right here? Exploding hand grenade. This menacing hand grenade looks and works just like a real one. All you do is pull the pin, throw the grenade, and watch the fun as the cap explode. It's harmless. 75 cents for an exploding hand grenade. Like a cap gun? Yeah, I guess. Yeah. There's an atomic smoke bomb. Just light one and watch the column of thick white smoke rise to the ceiling, mushrooming into a dense cloud, just like an atomic bomb. Sweet. Surprise package for 50 cents. Are you willing to take a chance? We won't tell you what you get, but because you're willing to gamble, we'll give you more than your money's worth. Only 50 cents for a surprise package. Throw that next to the grenade, yeah. Oh my goodness. Alright, well, that was Amazing Fantasy 15. Boys, girls, men, women, if you know just 20 people, you can make at least $50. More likely, $100 to $200 in your spare time. Everyone you know needs Christmas cards, and everyone loves Wallace Brown. Alright. Well. So, yeah. Facsimiles are cool, because you get to read all the old ads and everything, and they don't change it up. It's kind of crazy, this comic book, like the real version of it, is like $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 for a copy now. Just because it's the first appearance of Spider-Man. It's pretty freaking wild. But at least we have the facsimiles to read, so that's cool. Makes the bang and you get the mushroom cloud. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, so my facsimile of Amazing Spider-Man #1 is still in the mail, so I'll probably do that one next week. I think, let's see, we're only about 3 hours here. I want to go a little bit longer, so I'm going to do one more comic And for that, I kind of want to try this one. I've never read Action Comics #1. This is from 1938, I believe. That's the facsimile, obviously. But it is the first appearance of Superman, and often regarded as the very first like superhero comic book. So it is quite thick, though. So I don't know if we'll get through the entire thing here, but it would very much. Yeah, June 1938. Is that one ad trying to say to have everyone you know specifically give you a Christmas card with money in it? No, no. They'll send you. Basically, it's like when you do a fundraiser for your school back in the day. You would have like a little card for people to fill out, and they would say, okay, I want these, and they would write it in and say, I'll order 10 of these ones or something. And so basically you're selling people Christmas cards, and then you get like the company will basically pay you to sell Christmas cards to your family and friends. That's pretty much what it is. So yeah, yeah. Let's check this out. June 1938, Action Comics #1. Child labor, yes. $25 cash prizes. So these ads are even older. Whatever ads are going to be in this are going to be 1930s, 1938. $25. Turn to the feature Chuck Dawson and you'll notice that it is printed in black and white. Now take out your crayons and color the first page, title page of Chuck Dawson. Then when you've colored it the best you possibly can, tear out the page, put it in an envelope, and send it to this magazine. A cash award of $1 each will be paid to the best 25 pages submitted. Cash prizes. Here's how to win, and you don't have to be an artist or a cartoonist either. This is a cinch. Be sure to address your envelopes to Color Page Contest, Action Comics, 480 Lexington Avenue, New York City. All entries must be in by midnight, Monday, June 6, 1938. Wow, that's a long time ago. 25's like a shit ton back then? Yeah. Yeah. So this was the first Superman by Siegel and Schuster. I don't know if they're... Yeah, Jerome Siegel and Joe Shuster right there. I've never actually read this, so I'm kind of excited. Superman! As a distant planet was destroyed by old age, a scientist placed his infant son within a hastily devised spaceship, launching it towards Earth. When the vehicle landed on Earth, a passing motorist, discovering the sleeping babe within, turned the child over to an orphanage. Attendants, unaware the child's physical structure was millions of years advanced of their own, were astounded at his feats of strength. When maturity was reached, he discovered he could easily leap 1/8 of a mile, hurdle a 20-story building, raise tremendous heights. Oh, I see. The panels are numbered at the bottom. That's interesting. Okay. Raise tremendous weights. Sorry, not heights, weights. Run faster than an express train. I like how planets die due to old age. Yeah. And that nothing less than a bursting shell could penetrate his skin. Early, Clark decided he must turn his titanic strength into channels that would benefit mankind. And so was created Superman, champion of the oppressed, the physical marvel who had sworn to devote his existence to helping those in need. A scientific explanation of Clark Kent's amazing strength. Kent had come from a planet whose inhabitants' physical structure was millions of years advanced of our own. Upon reaching maturity, the people of his race became gifted with titanic strength. Incredible? No, for even today on our world exist creatures with super strength. The lowly ant can support weight hundreds of times its own. The grasshopper leaps what to man would be the space of several city blocks. Million years advanced, does that mean a million of years of evolution will be able to fly and shoot lasers from our eyes and stuff? Maybe. Maybe. We don't know. It's possible. A tireless figure races through the night. Seconds count. Delay means forfeit of an innocent life. The governor's estate finally is reached. Make yourself comfortable. I haven't time to attend it. What do you mean by knocking at this hour of the night? I must see the governor. That's a matter of life and death. See him in the morning. Click. I'll see him now. Smash. This is a legal entry. I'll have you arrested. Answer my question. Are you going to take me to the governor? No, I won't. Then I'll take you to him. Help! Help! Yes, this is the governor's sleeping room. Don't think you're going to get away with this outrage. It's locked. Yes, and made of steel. Try and knock this door down. Smash. It was your idea. What's the meaning of this? Evelyn Curry is to be electrocuted in 15 minutes for murder. I have proof here of her innocence. A signed confession. Believing the governor menaced by a madman, the butler produces a concealed weapon. Reach for the ceiling, quick. Put that toy away. I warn you, take another step, and I shoot. Bam! He just shot Superman. The bullet ricochets off Superman's tough skin. This is no time for horseplay. As life hangs in the balance, 12 minutes to go. Don't you realize I've proof she's innocent, and you alone can save her? Let me see those papers. 9 minutes to go. Hurry, connect me with the penitentiary. Stop! The governor has pardoned her. Thank God, I told you I was innocent. He's gone, disappeared. Yes, but here's a note he left, sir. You'll find the real murderess bound and delivered on the lawn of your estate. Next morning, as Kent leaves for the newspaper, upon which he works as a reporter. Have you heard? The Curry girl is innocent. Let's see the paper. What does that say? Curry released, I think. Good, I'm not mentioned. Miles away in the governor's private chamber. Gentlemen, I still can't believe my senses. He's not human. Thank heaven he's apparently on the side of law and order. The Daily Star office is reached. You wanted to see me? Yes, be seated. Did you ever hear of Superman? What? Reports have been streaming in that a fellow with gigantic strength named Superman actually exists. I'm making it your steady assignment to cover these reports. Think you can handle it, Kent? Listen, Chief, if I can't find out anything about the Superman, no one can. Hurry, Kent. A phoned tip. Wife beating at 211 Court Avenue. Holy crap. A wife beating? That's not good. Jeez. I'm on my way. Guess it was the 30s. At 211 Court Avenue. Hold it. What do you want? Oh God. He's got like a belt and he's just beating her. Oh gosh. That's horrible. Don't get tough. Tough is putting mildly the treatment you're going to get. You're not fighting a woman now. Holy crap, he just smashed him against the wall. Superman is not... He's not taking this wife beating. He's not putting up with that. He's like, you wife beater him and I'll just smash you in the wall. You asked for it. With a sharp snap, the blade breaks upon Superman's tough skin. 30 Superman, yeah. And now you're going to get a lesson you'll never forget. Oh, damn. He just, like... I don't know, he squeezed his head or something and he fainted. Hearing police sirens, Superman hurriedly donned street clothes over his uniform. It would be just too bad if they searched me. What are you doing here? Hello, Captain. I arrived to find this place like this. Looks as though our friend Superman had dropped in to pay a visit. What do you say to our date? What do you say to a date tonight, Lois? Later. I suppose I'll give you a break for a change. Choked him out, yeah, I guess. Man, look how torn his clothes got there. Superman. I mean, Superman was going easy on him, of course, as we know, because Superman would just kill him if he actually punched him with all his strength, but still, beat the crap out of him. That night. Why is it you always avoid me at the office? Please, Clark, I've been scribbling sob stories all day long. Don't ask me to dish out another. Nice looking dame there, eh? Guess I'll cut in. Wait, Butch, suppose your escort don't like it. So what? If he gets nasty, I'll push his face in. This be going to be good. Or this is going to be good. Yeah, the gangsters are coming in. I said run along, I'm cutting in. But this is not a robber's dance. Trying to get flip? Move quick if you know what's good for you. Clark, are you going to stand for this? Reluctantly, Kent adheres to his role of a weakling. Be reasonable, Lois. Dance with the fellow, and then we'll leave right away. You can stay and dance with him if you wish, but I'm leaving now. Yeah? You'll dance with me and like it. Why, you... Good for you, Lois. Lois, don't! Fight, you weak-livered polecat. Really, I have no desire to do so. Wait, Lois. But Lois, you asked me earlier in the evening why I avoid you. I'll tell you why now. Because you're a spineless, unbearable coward. Why did the dude even tell him about the wife beating anyways? Was he supposed to make a story about it? Today's news, local man beats his wife. God. Yeah, reports have been streaming in that a fellow with... Okay, yeah, there's that. He says that, hurry Kent, a phone tip, wife beating at 211 Court Avenue. So someone called the news, not the police. Someone called the news that there was a wife beating happening. And so, not the police, but Clark Kent, reporter, shows up to write about it. And no one thought to call the police. Oh my gosh. Alright. Alright. Okay, here we go. Yes. You're a spineless, unbearable coward. Got it. I like that car, though. That's a pretty freaking sweet taxi. I love that car. That's really cool. Let's get out of here. I'll show that skirt she can't make a fool out of Butch Matson. A few minutes later. A hidden figure observes Butch and his fellow hoodlums leave the roadhouse. It's not illegal, just frowned upon. Back then, I guess. I don't know. Was it? Ay, ay, ay. Butch forces Lois's taxi into a ditch. Pull over there. Let me go. Get in that car and shut up. Oh, this is getting dark. What burns me up is that I let her yellow boyfriend off so easily. Well, maybe you two may meet again. Then I hope it'll be soon. Hey, watch out. Someone's standing in the road ahead, in front of us. Haha, watch me scare the wits out of him. Look out, you'll hit him. Superman hurdles the oncoming auto. Butch, step on the gas. He's chasing after us. It's the devil himself. Butch's car leaps forward like a released rocket, but is easily overtaken by Superman. Yo! Hey, that's like the front cover. There you go. There it is. The front, right there, and there it is. There's the panel. Sweet. The occupants of the car are shaken out, and the car itself smashed to bits. Next Superman takes Butch in one spring. Okay. Oh, overtakes. Next, Superman overtakes Butch in one spring. Got it. Okay. Damn cover spoilers. That's not lazy at all. Just a minute, Butch. Do you mind? This will take but a few seconds. He's gonna hang him on the flagpole. Or whatever. Flagpole, like, phone line, maybe? Yeah, the telephone line. Get me off of here. Okay, I'll cut you loose. Don't! You needn't be afraid of me. I won't harm you. Bearing Lois in his arms, Superman heads toward the city, depositing her upon its outskirts. I advise you not to print this little episode. Next morning. But I tell you, I saw Superman last night. Are you sure it wasn't pink elephants you saw? Lois treats Clark colder than ever. I'm sorry about last night. Please don't be angry with me. Giving him a wedgie? I thought he was Superman, not Super Bully. Kent, the front page is getting so dull, even got to headline card games. There's a war going on in a small South American republic, San Monte, and to stir up news, I'm sending you down there as correspondent. Take along a camera and try to send back some good shots with your articles. Kent takes a train, not towards San Monte, but to Washington, D.C. Ooh, what's he up to? What's he up to? In the Capitol, he attends a session of Congress, sitting in the gallery. Is that Senator Barrows speaking? Yes. Upon leaving the Senate chambers, Clark snaps a picture of a furtive man speaking swiftly to Senator Barrows. When can I see you? I told you never to speak to me in public. My home, tonight, 8:30. At the morgue of a local newspaper. What? Local newspaper has a morgue? What? Who's the chap speaking to Senator Barrows? Why, that's Alex Greer, the slickest lobbyist in Washington. No one knows what interests back him. 8:30 p.m., outside Senator Barrows' residence. An eavesdropper listens in on an interesting conversation. I've told you to avoid me in public. What would people think if they knew I had anything to do with you? Quit sputtering. I had to see you. Tell me, do you think you'll succeed in pushing the bill through? There's no doubt about it. The bill will be passed before its full implications are realized. Before any remedial steps can be taken, our country will be embroiled with Europe. Fine, we'll take care of you financially for this. I suppose you're going to be well taken care of yourself. You bet he will. Superman. Ooh, Superman's got a wild look on his face. What is this guy doing anyway? That's like so wrong. I don't know. Is he trying to get is like Superman trying to avoid getting the US into the war in Europe, or like what's going on? I'm not entirely sure. Upon leaving Barrows, Greer is confronted by Superman. Who is behind you in corrupting Senator Barrows? I don't know what you're talking about. So, you're one of these silent men, eh? We'll see whether you'll talk. Let go of my hand. Your foot will do just as well, then. Man, Superman is such a bully. Look at this guy. Stop, stop! We'll be electrocuted! No, we won't. Birds sit on telephone wires, and they aren't electrocuted. Not unless they touch a telephone pole and are grounded. Oops, almost touched that pole. Look, the Capitol. Let's pay a visit. Take me down, take me down. What a magnificent view. Help, help. I wonder if we could jump all the way to that building. No, don't. Despite Greer's frenzied protests, Superman leaps out into the night. Missed. Doggone it. And so begins the startling adventures of the most sensational strip character of all time, Superman. A physical marvel, a mental wonder, a Superman is destined to reshape the destiny of a world. Only in Action Comics can you thrill at the daring deeds of this superb creation. Don't miss an issue. Issue. Don't miss an issue. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, well, there you go. Oh, wow. Okay. So, is this... The Superman story is just a one little part of Action Comics #1. After that, we have Chuck Dawson by H. Fleming. We've got... what else is in here? We got Zatara, the Master Magician. Then we have South Sea Strategy. And we have Sticky Mitt Stimson. Oh my gosh. What happened after he missed the building? To be continued. That's what it is. You need to continue it in Action Comics #2. They really cut it there. They did. Yeah, they just... let's just cut it off there. Yeah. That's a bummer. That's a bummer. Alright, well... We can read some more Bernard Bailey. Tex Thompson. Oh, Bernard Bailey. Okay. Yeah, we can read some more of this another time, I think. It's probably a good place to end it for today. I gotta go eat. I haven't eaten anything today. But thank you all very much for joining. Yeah. Bruh? What's that, bruh? You're upset about that cliffhanger? Me too. I don't think there's a facsimile edition of or Action Comics #2, so I don't know how I'm gonna read that. But it was a rad stream. Thanks. Well, thank you for being here, everybody. I appreciate it. You would have eaten if you had cheese and cracker teams. Indeed. I don't want to get a mess on my comics though. So, alrighty. Let's see who we can raid here. Hey, Master Max, how you doing? We're just about to end. I'm sorry. I gotta end it for today. Is that a symbol on the desk? What are you talking about? This? Right here? Is that what you're asking about? The Calcibrain? This is Spellground, the Void from Calcibrain. This is one of the old, yeah, it's an old Magic the Gathering playmat from, like, the early 90s. Calcibrain used to make a lot of really cool playmats for him. But, hey, Master Max, sorry to end right when you get here, but, thanks for stopping in. Were you watching the Super Bowl today? I don't know who all was doing that, but enjoy your evening. I'll get fed. Hey, thank you so much, Joe. Thank you for the 8 bits. I appreciate that. Let's see who we can raid here. I don't know who's online right now. Oh, Kodathan is playing Batman Arkham Asylum. Might want to give him a raid. Sure. You know what? Let's do it. Let's raid It's Kodathan. You can see Batman Arkham Asylum kind of fits with the comic book theme that we're doing here. Never seen MTG Math specifically for MTG? Oh, okay. Well, I mean, this one's pretty good for other stuff too, like reading comics on. You're not a sports ball guy? Got it. Me neither. That's why I'm doing this instead of watching it. Alrighty. Thank you guys very much for stopping in. I'll be back next week. Hopefully R&B Pikachu will be back on with more Marvel Comics #1. He's reading through Marvel Comics from the beginning, back in the old 1930s stuff, just kind of like what I just read here with DC. But, yeah, I'll be back with more Star Wars. We can finish the movie adaptation of Star Wars, and then get to the other stuff pretty soon, like the post-movie stuff when it gets really weird. And we'll do some more Ghost Rider, and hopefully my facsimile copy of Amazing Spider-Man #1 will be here, and we can get Spider-Man going a lot more. Kind of a slow start for Spider-Man here, but it's alright. Well, next week at 2 p.m. Pacific time on R&B Pikachu's channel, and on Sunday, every Sunday, and about 4 p.m. on my channel. And I will also be back tomorrow with more Fire Emblem on the Wii. Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn. Be back tomorrow with probably another 8 hours of Fire Emblem. So, see you there. Bye-bye.